What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans, Milwaukee Bucks fans? Welcome to TSR Sports, where I'll be doing a live play-by-play. We'll have a live chat, live scoreboard, live game clock, and yeah, I'm excited for the game tonight. A little disappointed. Milwaukee Bucks are missing everybody, pretty much. So Giannis out, Drew Holiday out, Chris Middleton out, amongst others. But this is the type of game, as a San Antonio Spurs fan, this is a trap game. I've seen my team numerous times over the last few years lose to a team that was missing multiple players. So hopefully these guys get out there, pedal to the metal, and stop their losing streak and get the weekend started with a nice big win. Good, everybody. Happy Veterans Day if you had the day off. I hope you had a good day. If you served the country, thank you for your service. Um, yeah, hopefully a good game tonight. Selena, thank you for being here. Grogu, as always, joining me because, all good. Good evening, BC boy with balloon, Brian. So I don't, well, judging by the views, most of you did not see my video from this morning, but I think I fixed my NBA pass. It seemed to work fine yesterday, worked fine this morning and testing again. So hopefully this means less lag compared to you guys, no crashes. The audio is in sync with the video, so you don't have to hear me complaining about that anymore. When the whistles whistle, it's going to be actually a foul. Sean Elliott in the house. Good evening, Lucas. By the way, I see a lot of you saying you like the new intro for TSR Sports. I'm glad you like. I like it. I was like, you know what? It's different from the other one. It's catchy. Still has a little metal riff under it. I guess it would be a rap song, would be the main genre, but I like how it came out. I'm just having the four clips of the four teams that really built this channel: the San Antonio Spurs, the New York Giants, New York Yankees, and the U.S. Women's National Team. Although some much more than others, but those are the four. Yeah, you get it. Anyway, I hope it's a good game. Indeed, spur of the moment. Machine 78. I got to do it. Got a machine head. It's better than the rest. Tough loss by the Spurs. Overtime thriller on Wednesday night. Loss to the Grizzlies 124-122 with a crazy, hectic last minute where a lot of folks were like, hey, Rich, have a good night. Leaving the stream, the Spurs were down by like 8 or 9, and they won a huge run and almost got the Grizzlies at the end. Oddly enough, you guys mentioned this in the chat. I didn't realize this. Calvin Johnson and Devin Vassell both had chances for either game winners or game tires, and not so much. The Bucks come in 10-1, the best record in the NBA with a 101.6 defensive rating, also the best in the NBA. However, out tonight, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Pat Connaughton. So the Bucks will be not necessarily short-handed, but they're going to be short talent, as obviously some of the best talent they have on their team. I already pushed my tickets to the watches. Nice! 07 draw. I'm on the fence when I should buy my tickets. I'm going to 2 Spurs games in December. I'm checking SeatGeek, and because I was looking at tickets, they now sent me a thing for 10% off. So I think what I'm going to do is for the December 2nd game, get really good seats about 10 rows behind the Spurs bench, or 6 rows. It goes row 4 to 13. I'll be somewhere around 10. And then I'm going to wait on the other one. And if I can get an even better seat as the date gets closer, then I'll go for it. If not, I'll just sit maybe in one of the little higher sections and save some money. All good either way. The tickets I'm looking at, though, are VIP seats. Has anybody ever gotten VIP seats with the Spurs? I saw private bathroom. Is there any other benefits to that? I guess I can get to the game early and stay late. So I can make a whole night out of it, get there at like 5 o'clock and stay until 11. Do they give you food too? I don't know. Just wondering if anybody knows. Workforce planner, good evening. That's a good reason, Yasursky, talking about why you're a fan of the Spurs. I mean, there's 2 good reasons right there. It's the only game on the NBA channel. Which one, Steven? This one? I don't know. I'm pointing at my TV. This game? Yes, they do, Yasursky. You too, though, Pussycats. Go Spurs, go Glazing Basing. I hope we lose, but won't mind if we win. I'm so happy. I can't tell you how happy I am to have the audio and video matching on my NBA League Pass. It had been out of sync all year. I made a fix. I'm not going to share it on the stream here. Please don't share in the chat. I made a video about how to fix it. It may work for you, may not. It's worked for me so far. Knock on something. And I'd like to see the Star Spangled Banner actually matching the singer's lips and not looking like a Godzilla movie that's dubbed or a Bruce Lee movie. It's kind of nice. BC, yes, we should have won that game. The free throws, I was saying it during the fourth quarter. Those missed free throws are going to cost us, and sure enough, they did. VIP or not, there was always a Bud Light. Nice, nice, nice. Carlos, go Spurs, go to you. RH. Let us get this precious win. We should. The Spurs should win tonight. The Bucks are out. One of the best players in the NBA, in Giannis. Not to mention, few important. Two starters are out. Is it three starters or two starters? Cotton doesn't start. Yeah, they're all three starters tonight. That is huge. I mean, as a Spurs fan, last week our starting lineup was getting shuffled around, so being out starters can really mess things up. Apparently, Javon Carter had a pretty huge game the last time the Bucks played. I think he went off for 30 something. So that's the type of player, these guys that you look at and you're like, or these teams where they're missing multiple starters, easy win. No, no. Anything can happen any given Sunday. Ernie goes for, I haven't done this yet. Go Spurs, go! You could. Fast, be fun, nutritious, and delicious. It's the Greg Popovich thumbs up. It's free. It helps the channel. That's the only thing I'll ever ask for you on here. Because believe me, I can't. I'm getting so many emails over the past few months about doing sponsorships, and I'm just like, no, no, no. Hey, I get why channels do it, but man, when those 2-minute ads come up, I'm just like, fast forward. I wonder if they look at their algorithms, if they're just like a giant dip in viewership for that, and it jumps up. But I don't want to do that to you guys. I can't stand sponsorships. So you'll never see one on here. I did it once for one day, and I was like, never doing it again. Never, 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 ever. Spurs are first in assists, but I think the stat also said they're pretty poor in turnovers. I didn't actually quite catch it. Good evening, Phil. Shake my head, feel bad for the fans that paid to see. Yeah. If you paid to see Giannis tonight, I mean, I would be crushed. But when I go to the Spurs in December, if Kellen's out for one of the games or both of the games, Devin, I mean, they're not back to back, so hopefully there's no issues there. Good evening, Phil. Let's not mention anything in the chat because I want people to actually watch the video. That being said, thank you. I love Pop Sun Up too. That being said, so far, watching 4 live games last night and watching some today and having the audio on, everything seems to be working perfectly. It doesn't make any sense. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I put up only a 3-minute video today in the how to fix the NBA League Pass. I go right into it at minute number 1, so I don't waste too much time. And then at the 2-minute mark, I think I show you guys clips of before and after and before to give you an idea of what happened with the pass. It's, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy. And to be able to hear the whistles, that was the biggest thing with the NBA League Pass the way it was for me for the most of the season. I would hear a whistle, but the guys would still be running around. And I didn't get it. And then I figured out the audio was 10 seconds ahead of the video. Have you noticed we've been losing? 0-7 Jarrell, I kind of did notice that. What's also, we need to factor in the point, though. We lost not 1, but 2 point guards around that time. Joshua Primo was our backup point guard. Blake Wesley also was expected to do backup point guard duties, and we lost 2 out of our 3 point guards. So, I get it, but a lot of circumstances surrounding that. Who do you think will come up clutch tonight for the Spurs? Kellen had a rough game Wednesday night. I think Kellen Johnson. I think he's going to have a bounce back game. I think Kellen will be big tonight. There's an Adam Sandler movie called Hustle. I'm not familiar with that, Ernie. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I did put it in my queue to watch at some point this weekend. The San Antonio Spurs documentary about the 1999 playoffs or NBA Finals or that year. I didn't realize it was on YouTube. By the way, let's get to the starting lineup for the Bucks. Javon Carter, Grayson Allen, Bobby Portis, Marjon Beauchamp, and Brooke Lopez. But I didn't realize it was free on YouTube. I thought it was another Netflix thing like the Tony Parker thing. So I haven't heard a lot about it, but you guys have said check it out. So I'm going to check it out. Lopez is averaging 15.5 points per game this year. That's much higher than his normal average and output, isn't it? For the San Antonio Spurs, they haven't shown the lineup yet. I assume it's what we've been going with. Trey Jones, Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson. Now they show the lineup. Jeremy Sohan and Jakob Poeltl. Greg Popovich in his 27th season, maybe his final season. One of the big reasons yours truly has decided to go see the Spurs in December this year because I don't know how much, I don't know how many more years he's got left in him. And I think, either this year's his last year or next year. And I'd like to see our young guys play two good teams in the Pelicans and Suns. Maybe catch Pops last year. By the way, the Spurs are wearing their city jerseys. Apparently, there's an homage to a prior NBA All-Star game. I don't remember which one, but these do look, I saw side by sides, and they do remind me of that. So I've warmed up to them a little bit. I still wouldn't buy one. It's still, it's cartoony to me. Players are on the court, and away we go. 1996 All-Star. Thank you. I could not remember the one. I have not BC. I've never actually heard of it. All good, Roy. The CW? Wait, you guys watch Spurs games on the CW? Bucks will win the jump ball. It's very confusing because the Bucks are wearing black uniforms and the Spurs are wearing aqua. So it looks like the Spurs look more like you would expect the Bucks to look like, and the Bucks look more like you would expect the Spurs to look like. So this is really messing with my mind right now. It is Bucks ball. Almost a turnover. And now a jumper at the hoop is no good by Bobby Portis. And I don't know a lot of these Bucks players because they have so many guys out. And we're going to have a 24-second shot clock violation. Hey, let's get this person in the old timeout train. Probably be porn on that website too. Spurs ball. All tied up at 0. Jakob Pertl dishes it off to Devin Vassell. Vassell free throw line jumper. Good. Spurs are first team to score. They are up 2-0. That's true. Yes, Pop's guys have been really doing well outside the Spurs organization. Who the heck? Jordan Nora getting a start tonight. I realized he was in the lineup. And now a whistle, and that's going to go against the Bucks. The Bucks getting some fouls here to start the game. Move him up here. Just my lineup. It's going to be rough for me a little while with the Bucks lineup because this is just it's not the normal lineup you expect. I'll get their players as the game moves on. Jakob Pertl dishes it over to Trey Jones. Jones in the post. Going to reset the offense. Throws it out to Devin Vassell, who chuck it into Jakob Pertl. 9 on the shot clock. Pertl drops it off to Keldon Johnson. Johnson at the free throw line. Jumper in and out. And it is tipped back in by Jakob Turtle Power Pertl. And it is 4-0. Workforce planner, he's going to get an opportunity to prove himself. Zach Collins out for probably up to a month. Lopez jumper no good. Zach Collins has fragile ankles. Maybe he's out even longer. So Bass is, wow. Carolyn just rifles a pass into Jeremy Sohan. And then Devin Vassell takes the three-point shot. Hits the side of the backboard. Terrible shot. 9 on the shot clock. Carolyn looked like running a little point action. Drives in the paint. Goes by everybody. Throws up the layup. No good. Kellner with some nice moves in this game to create a shot, just not finishing at the moment. Beauchamp dishes it in to Portis. Portis gets double teamed and almost gets stripped. It does get stripped. Ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be Spurs ball, 4-0. The Bucks still looking for their first buck. You see what I did there? Veronica! By the way, Veronica, I know you appreciate this. Got some Hall of Fame action on me tonight. Trey Jones blazes by the Bucks lineup and then kicks it out to Sohan for 3. Sohan 3, no good. He's got to keep firing them, though. He's got to start making some of them, too. And it's quite empty. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? You guys will be able to see me. Spurs get a turnover, fast break. Devin Vassell all alone. Boom, shakalaka! Thunder dunk of justice. But I plan on sitting around the 10th row behind the Spurs bench, or row 10. So I guess 6 rows behind the Spurs bench. Maybe row 11 it was. I don't know. I got to get my tickets. One of my tickets this weekend. Bucks ball. They haven't scored yet. Beauchamp. Pull-up jumper. Nice shot, kid. I don't think so, son of Scar. Good evening, Taiwo John. I think Vassell is a very confident player this season. Jones dishes it out to Vassell. 14 on the shot clock. Vassell looking for a pick and roll with Jakob Pertl. Gets the pick, gets the roll, drives into the paint. Behind the back pass to Jeremy Sohan, who dishes it back out to Keldon Johnson, and he stepped out of bounds. Why does that happen so much to our team? Why are our guys always stepping out of bounds? Joe Mama's with the Bucks? Dude, I didn't even know. J Money, I had no idea. Mine was come back to Connecticut. Lopez, jumper in the paint, good, and one. 6-4, and he'll go to the line to shoot a free throw. Kellen Johnson with the foul. I did see the new court. Um, is this just for these jerseys only, or are they going to be using this court the rest of the year? I don't. Not the biggest fan. Free throws good. 6-5. Spurs ball. Just for these jerseys. Thank you. I had no idea. I was like, I don't want to see him wearing the silver and black when I go see him live and have this aqua orangey stuff out there. Jones, runner in the paint, no good. And it is Milwaukee Bucks ball. Jordan Moore will bring it up, sprints into the paint, throws it up and gets blocked by Pirtle. No, no, no. Sohan on the run, fast break, drives into the paint, throws up the layup, and goes coast to coast. Jeremy, you don't mess with that Sohan with the layup. 8-5. Well, there's something we haven't seen in his game much this season, so all right. Keep developing, young man. Jordan Noir with the ball, pass it out, and the Bucks offense will reset with Javon Carter at the top of the key. We'll ditch it into the paint and back out to Lopez for three. And he nails a three. 8-all. What is with this person trolling us? You know that's a spam channel. Can we keep timing out that fake NBA channel? Sohan with the ball in three-point land. 10 on the shot clock, dishes it over to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl in the post, back out to Devin Vassell. Vassell's going to drive into the paint, stops, pops, and it's a little short. Jordan Noir with the rebound will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Or into Bobby Portis. Portis, one-on-one with Trey Jones. Huge size disadvantage. They'll kick it out, though, to Nora, and he'll hit the three. And I think we're going to have a timeout. Yep. Spurs down 11-8. Watch a potato. Good evening. Well, I'll let you guys say that. Wrestle Lesson, thank you for stopping in. UFC tomorrow night, by the way. Pretty big UFC. I'll be at Hooters watching the UFC and watching Hooters. By the way, I haven't done this yet. If you ain't down with my San Antonio Spurs, I got 2 words for you. Turn north! Hi. See, I don't watch the games alone. I got Selena Gomez, this guy. You think I should bring him to Texas? I mean, that wouldn't look weird for a grown man to have this on the plane, right? Or weird right now? Good evening, Salvador. Chris Middleton is out. Giannis is out. Drew Holiday is out. Yeah. Bucks are missing everybody, and they're still up. Oh, yeah. No, I signed this one, and I thought this was. I know there's a bigger one, but I was like, this is the right size because I got like when he's Uber baby Grogu. That doesn't look weird at all. Whatever. Go for it. You can wear a little cowboy hat. BC, I'm going to the New Orleans Pelicans on December 2nd and the Phoenix Suns on December 4th. You guys should be able to see me in the stands. I'll be, barring something weird happening, about row 10, 11 behind the Spurs bench. I know those tickets are like 300 something bucks, but I was like, you know what? It's my first time going to the Spurs game in Texas. The second ticket, I'm kind of playing it by ear on what I'll do with that. Man, that NBA channel's coming on here around a lot. Daniel Barry, good evening. I got 50 on the Bucks. You think that Demon? Uh, Risky. With yes, the Spurs are on a losing streak and inconsistent this year, but the Milwaukee Bucks are missing 3 starters: Giannis Antetokounmpo, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton. Arguably, their 3 best players. So I do think that was a very risky bet. And I'm gonna, I don't want you to lose 50 bucks, but I also don't want my team to lose. Nobody got any faith in the Spurs. No way we lose this game. No capitalized. That's harsh, man. No love for my San Antonio Spurs, huh? Literally, there's no way we lose with it. Are you trying to do like reverse psychology there? I gotta get me a little stuffed coyote when I'm in Texas. I need a little coyote right here. Oh, that's still Chuck Norris. That's not the clock. What the Chuck? Demisel, pick and roll with Jakob Pertl. Second pick and roll with Jakob Pertl. Vassell into the paint, almost loses the ball, stops the dribble, gets it back out to Keldon Johnson. 7 on the shot clock. Keldon now to pick and roll with Jakob Pertl. Takes a long three. Good. It is Milwaukee Buck. Veronica, did you know, or you guys, that Joe Wieskamp is now Milwaukee Buck in their G League? I had no idea until Jay Money told me tonight. Bucks ball, pull up Jay, is very short by Javon Carter. It is Spurs ball. Vassell bringing up the court with a little over 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Back to Keldon. Keldon getting into Jakob. Jakob with a... I don't know if that was a terrible shot or a terrible lob. Either way, Jakob turns the ball over. That was just a disaster. Down the other end, we have a nice turnaround baseline jumper by Marjon Beauchamp. You know what? I haven't seen Marjon play. Maybe he can shoot. What's his position, Bucks fans? Is he a point guard, a shooting guard, or small forward? I have no idea. Trey Jones runner is going to bounce off the rim a couple of times and finally bounce in. Yeah, G League for sure. I agree, Junior. Bucks ball. Jordan Noir in the paint throws it up off the glass and gets fouled. He'll have an and one. This Bucks team's playing hard considering how many. Well, of course they are, but I said at the start of the stream this could be a trap game for the Spurs with the Bucks missing so many players. I wonder if the Spurs. I don't know. I don't know what I'm wondering. I wonder if it's a trap game. Both G League games he had 30. What? Yes, Veronica. Jeremy Sohan does have the pink hair today. Free throw's good. I noticed that too. Our Spurs team's wearing a lot of crazy colored shoes too. Bright yellow, pink, blue. Jakob runner in the paint bounces around. It goes in. So Spurs, the rim is giving the Spurs, doing them some kind favors on the Spurs end of the floor as all the shots that have been bouncing around the rim have gone in more so than they have gone out. Lopez travels. Traveling. Good evening, Jacob. What happened to Giannis? I don't know. I know he's out. Anything serious, J Money? Something just more temporary? He's a Bucks fan, so I figured he would know. Keldon Johnson gets it into Jakob. Jakob in the paint. Tough layup, rolls off the rim. As soon as I talk about the rim being kind to the Spurs, no rim job on that shot as it rolls out. We got Mr. Yellow Shoes, Mr. Blue Shoes. It's like Fruity Pebbles shoes out there. And a reach and foul on Keldon Johnson. I think that's a second foul. That's not what we're looking forward to starting the game. Dog, good evening. Macman, good evening to you. I remember the good old days when players used to wear all white or all black shoes. Oh, I do remember that too. Now everybody's got a different color. Charles Bassey's coming in with bright red shoes. Did the Spurs consciously try to have everybody wear different color shoes tonight? Because that's the vibe I'm getting. Jeremy Stein's the best hair they made. B-Town Breakdown. Hey, nice picture. I didn't comment on it, but I saw a picture of you and your pop. Nice picture, my man. Hopefully all's going well. It's Friday. I'm on the first of 4 days off. I got today off. Being a state employee, I get Labor Day off. And then I get Saturday and Sunday off. And I took Monday off because I was like, take one day off to get a 40 weekend? Yes, do that every time. Anyway, Bucks ball. Bobby, I got to think you're rooting for the Spurs tonight, considering, Bucks Eastern Conference. That's a miss by Bobby Portis, and it is Spurs ball. Down the other end, that's a three. Josh Richardson hits the three. Spurs up now 18-16. Those are the city jerseys for this year, Jacob. That's a miss and a putback by Serge Ibaka. By the way, to my Spurs fans, usually I'm way behind you guys. With me fixing my NBA pass, am I behind a little less? I'm sure I'm still behind, but is it not as bad as it was? Trey Jones with the layup in the paint, no good. And it is Bucks ball, 18-all with 4 minutes to go. Ibaka for three. Spurs dared him to shoot it, and he did, and he made it. Good evening, Wesley. Russell Lesson, way too early to predict the winner of this game. Doug McDermott loses it out of bounds, but it was poked out. Is going to stay Spurs ball, 14 on the shot clock. Come on, Spurs. Selena, how you feeling tonight? Okay. Bucks have an old bench. Yes, they do. Spurs will get it in. Charles Bassey with the ball in three-point land. Dishes it off to Doug McDermott. He'll take that three. And McDermott for three. We had a tie game. Oh, yeah. I'm still a Giants fan. Absolutely. I'll be watching Sunday. Whoop. I I just don't cover a lot of Giants content on the channel because, one, I don't think I'm very good at it. And there's just, yeah, I'm not big on covering football. That being said, I do love the NFL draft, and I will do Giants content again during the draft. I love doing mock drafts, talking about team needs, etc. That stuff I really get pumped up for, but for whatever reason, just doing like, the Giants loss or win video, it's never been. I've tried to various ways of doing that, and I just could never get it down. But they are good this year. Dougie got a haircut and looking as handsome as ever and loving his blue shirt. Doug McDermott's number one fan in the chat. Veronica, do you have a Doug McDermott jersey? The Steelers are bad. You should watch that game, Jay Money, and see how many points they can put up. Uh, I don't know what to make of this dance squad people. Uh, uh, yeah, I got nothing. I'm just gonna look at the chat. No, I'm scared. Yeah, I players like that, Veronica. I wouldn't buy their jersey either. I generally don't buy jerseys, and now somehow I have five Spurs jerseys. Three of them retired as Spurs and played the whole career as Spurs. Duncan and Robinson and number 20, Ginobili. I do have two Calvin Johnson jerseys. I hope he plays the majority of his career with the Spurs, but you just never know. I mean, going into last season, I thought Derek White and DeJounte Murray were mainstays of the San Antonio Spurs, and they were both traded. Yeah, I'm sure some people bought a Joshua Primo's jersey before the season started. He's not on the team. You just, granted, extenuating circumstances, but you just never know when a player is just gonna go. I was thinking that too, BC. While these people were dancing, because it's a mix of guys and girls. I prefer the silver dancers. Do you do any NBA games? Do I? I mean, oh, do I go? Jake, I'm going to two in December. It'll be my first two in a long time. My first two and first one in Texas, which is really cool. So far, my plans are I'm going to do a lot of vlogging while I'm out in Texas. I am going to go to the two Spurs games, and I guess if I have VIP tickets, I can get in 2 hours early and watch the shoot arounds. So I'll just make a night out of it, or a day out of it, or half a day out of it. Two Spurs games, SeaWorld, the Alamo, and then I'll just try and mix it up with whatever else. Get a Sean Elliott jersey? Oh, watch a potato. That sucks. I'm in Connecticut, East Coast, East Side. Bucks ball, 21 all, 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Romeo Langford has checked in for the San Antonio Spurs, has been playing some decent basketball lately. Got to stay healthy, though. Serge Ibaka in the paint. Misses a shot that may have been blocked. Couldn't tell. It is Spurs ball. Josh Richardson on the run. And we'll stop the get things to Doug McDermott. McDermott gets stripped. Turnover by the Spurs. And the Spurs have been turnover prone this year. Very turnover prone. And speaking of turnovers, the Bucks turn the ball over. Devin Vassell will bring it up the court for the Spurs. Gets it up to Josh Richardson. Richardson back to Devin Vassell. Gets it over to Romeo Langford for three. Not his shot. Charles Bassey with the offensive rebound. Back to Josh Richardson. 10 on the shot clock for the San Antonio Spurs. Pick and roll for Jay Rich. Jay Rich, baseline jumper. Good man, one. All right. Jay Rich goes out into falls on a cameraman. Stop by Big Lou's Pizza if you're hungry when you come. Okay. I'll try to remember. East Haven, Demon. I'm in the Hartford area. I was going to go to this game, but I gave my ticket to someone because Yes, VIP tickets. Don't go to SeaWorld in San Antonio. I'm not, but going alone to Six Flags. I'm not a big coaster guy anymore because I've got some neck issues and I'm getting older. I don't have severe neck issues, but getting whipped around on a roller coaster is not going to help. We have a Six Flags up here in Massachusetts. It's only like a half hour away. So, I mean, there's no SeaWorld around me whatsoever, but there is a good Six Flags. So that's probably why I'll just do SeaWorld. Why does SeaWorld San Antonio suck? By the way, it's Bucks ball. 3 on the shot clock. Pull up. 3 is good by. Who the hell was that? I don't know. Just shot that for the Bucks. Number 54, Tattoo Guy. I'll call him Tattoo Guy. That's a miss for the Spurs, and it is Wesley Matthews bringing up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. Tattoo Guy's number 54. I don't know who that is. 24 all, 2 minutes remaining. George Hill with the ball into the paint. Gets blocked from behind by Charles Bassey as he's going for a reverse layup. 7 on the shot clock. Hill 1-on-1 with Bassey. Pulls up, throws up the jumper. No good. And we're going to have a foul on Serge Ibaka if he was doing some little hooking action there. Dog, good evening. The world, good, good. I don't think I'm going to be looking at those type of clubs while I'm out in Texas. I enjoyed those when I was in my early 20s. At 45, yeah, not so much. Not saying anything wrong with it. Me personally, those days are kind of behind me. 54 is Mansolevsky. Who? Who dat? Demisel into the paint and throws it up and in. Off the glass. Nice job, Devin Vassell. Devin showing us a great ability to create his own shots this season. No, they're not all going in, but really showing us a new facet to his game. George Hill takes off, stops, pops. Going to get the whistle. Shot's no good, but he's going to go to the line for 2. That is Mama. Oh boy. Yeah, you do workforce planner. You do. Those type of clubs are one of them. Mal Salavshavili. Wow, he's got a lot of syllables in his name. I do love Mexican food. Oh, the foul's before the shot, so no free throws. George Hill drives, throws it up, gets fouled. So the ref's starting to blow the whistles left and right. You're going downtown, don't forget to visit the Wax Museum or Bubba Gumps. I'm just going to play it by ear. I think Thanksgiving weekend, I'm going to finalize my plans on what I'm going to do each day. I'll be there most of Thursday, all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So I'll have time to see, almost 4 full days. I think I arrive around 11:30 a.m. your time in San Antonio. First free throw is good. 26-25. I hate Hill. Okay. Not a George Hill fan, huh? Fair enough. George Hill was a Spurs 2008 first round pick out of Ipupi. Second free throw is good. And it is 26 all. Good game. Yeah, I guess the one thing I got going for me is my NBA height with my shoes is 6'5". So, Vassell pull-up jumper in the paint, good. I got some size to me, so, maybe people let me be. I don't know. Or they'll be like, hey, it's that bum TSR Sports. I wonder if people will recognize me. Somebody recognized me in San Antonio. Mapalapalansky passes it out, and that is a missed 3 by DaVincio. It is Spurs ball. Bacon, I don't remember at this point. Josh Richardson pull-up jumper, no good. I don't think I didn't know, I don't follow college basketballs, so I didn't really know anything about Kawhi. George Hill throws up a 3, no good. Dasty with the rebound gets poked out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball with 26 seconds left in the first quarter. Go to the sites across from the Alamo, and the Rainforest Cafe is awesome on the river. I heard a lot of good things about the Riverwalk. Sweet Jones Jr., good evening. I'm going to the Phoenix Suns on December 2nd. New Orleans Pelicans on December 2nd. Phoenix Suns on December 4th. I should hopefully be sitting somewhere where you guys can actually see me. Maybe. Demisel, pull-up jumper is going to bounce around. Bassey with the putback. Sort of a dunk layup, a day up. Because he didn't quite get up high enough for a dunk. He kind of threw it in. George Hill drives in the paint, goes flying out of bounds. I think that's going to be a foul on the Spurs. I don't follow football enough, J Money. I mean, I'd like to see United States men's national team win this season since they've won nothing ever. Veronica, what's the I would? Did I ask a question? I don't remember. But yeah, the quiet trade back then, I didn't know anything about Kawhi Leonard. I was just like, in hindsight, of course, it was a fantastic move. Despite how it ended, we still got a championship out of it and another NBA Finals appearance. I agree with first planner. Oh, who would recognize you? I would say hi. If you guys see me out there, man, don't be shy. You don't have to tell me your channel name if you don't want to either. If you don't want me to know what, associate a face with a channel, just be like, hey, I'm subscribed to TSR Sports. I see some of your content. I'll be like, oh, thanks for being a subscriber. You want Doug McDermott on the Milwaukee Bucks? I think Dougie's going to be, I mean, my top three players that may be traded by the Spurs by the All-Star break. Number one, I think, is, I don't know. In any order, I think it's Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, and Jakob Poeltl, all on expiring contracts. Dougie has one more year, but I believe Jay Rich, this is his last year. And we have a free throw for the Spurs for Jay Rich, a technical on somebody. By the way, knock on wood, you guys haven't heard me say my NBA app has crashed at all yet tonight, have you? Looks my fix so far is working very good. My TSR meetup. I'm sorry, sweet Jones. It is what it is though. Spurs get the inbound pass. Devin Vassell, half court three. Off the backboard, off the front of the rim. Almost went in, doesn't. The Spurs will take a 4-point lead into the second quarter. Believe me, as a diehard Spurs fan, I would much rather say we're 6-0 in the finals. And then Tim Duncan would be in elite company in the 6-0 crowd. You know what I'm talking about? Like the GOAT. You think that's the order? Jay Rich, keep Duggan. I Jay Rich's contract is up. Jakob's contract is up. I've seen rumor mills saying that the Spurs aren't likely to be able to re-sign Jakob Poeltl after the season. If that is true, then you got to trade him and get something. Remember when LaMarcus Aldridge left the team and we got nothing for him? Last year, the Spurs organization did a much better job. It looked like we were going to get nothing for Thaddeus Young. We got something for him. We weren't sure we were going to get anything for DeRozan, but that did work in the offseason. So I hate to say. They're on the youth movement. Dougie, I think, is over 30. Jakob is 27 right now. Jay Rich, I think, is 28. And I just think they're going younger, and I could see them trading for more draft capital. I don't know. I have no idea what the Spurs are going to do. This last year has, if anything, has taught me anything with the Spurs team right now is expect the unexpected. As they were fairly predictable, no trades ever, and then they trade Derek White, they trade DeJounte Murray, they cut Joshua Primo. I mean, there's so many things that happened. They cut Joe Wieskamp, so they have no first round picks from last year. So just this ain't your Spurs of the 5 years ago, 10 years ago, et cetera, et cetera. Charles Bassey does look like a good signing. He does. If we meet Rich, I go get a tattoo. Don't get a tattoo of TSR Sports, please. They shouldn't get rid of Jay Rich, and maybe some of the cap is for Jakob. Maybe. Jakob is an enigma for me. I like him. Former Spur, Paul Pressey in the house. I remember Paul Pressey. Not very well, but I do remember him. Jakob is probably top 10 center in the NBA, if not top 10 fringe. That being said, you see those games where he plays exceptionally well and scores 15 to 20 points, grabs 10 boards. He's fantastic on the pick and roll, and it makes you think, hey, this can be the guy for the next 5 years or more. But then you have those other games when he takes on the better centers of the NBA, the guys that would be ranked ahead of him, and you see such a gap at times with the offensive ability. I mean, Jakob's a great passer for a center. I think he had as high this year as 9 assists. but just the shooting is not there whatsoever. It is Spurs ball. Jeremy Sohan gets it to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl drives in the paint, throws up the layup, misses the layup. Sohan can't hold on to the offensive rebound. It'll be Bucks ball. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday night. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet, please do so. It helps the channel. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And as always, go Spurs, go! Bucks ball, and Jeremy Sohan with a big rejection and from the back on Jordan Nora. No, no, no. Good evening, Cowboy X Factor. Well, this NBA person keeps coming in. Demon, I don't know why all your guys are out. We're getting close to 50 thumbs up. Would like to get to David Robinson's number and the Spurs anniversary number sooner than later. Milwaukee ball up by 4. I want us to end this freaking losing streak. Pull-up 3 is good by Javon Carter. Makes it a 1-point game. Spurs have lost 4 in a row or 5 in a row? I forget. I think it's 4 in a row, isn't it? Romeo Langford gets fouled. I believe that'd be a non-shooting foul. Konnichiwa, Kyle Cruz. Spurs should get Bronny and then no, I don't want LeBron on this team. And he wouldn't want to be here. He's pushing 40. He wants to go to a win now situation, not a win maybe in a few years situation. Spurs ball, Langford thinks about the 3, pulls it down, starts to drive, back to Jakob Poeltl, Poeltl in the paint. Jump hook, good. 33-30, Spurs up by 3. We do have a losing streak. I'll take LeBron, Luka. You're more built to win now with Luka than we are. Luka and LeBron, huh? Double L? Could be interesting. Pull up 3, no good for Jordan Nora at Spurs ball. Jeremy Sohan gets up to Romeo Langford. Langford starts to drive into the paint, throws it up, and in with a little jumper in the paint. 35-30, Spurs up by 5. It is 5 in a row. He does want to play with his son. Playmaker Guido, fair assessment. I can't really argue. I don't think they're tanking, but they're giving their guys a chance to play, and that's a miss. Devasel will bring it up for the Spurs. Gets up to McDermott. McDermott will drive, gets to the Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl in the paint, throws up the layup. No good. Gets fouled, going to the line for 2. I saw your previous comment, Playmaker Guido. I'm not sure I saw the one before that. It's Ohio State guy in for Ohio State guy? Jeremy Mutombo's. Did you guys know Dikembe Mutombo's name is like really, really, really long? Poeltl at the line. Missed the first one. It's like Dikembe, Jean-Jacques, Walalumbo, Papumbo, Falumbo, Columbo, Mutombo. It's not that, obviously, but it is. He's got a really long name. He's got like 6 or 7 names in his name. I don't know if it's like where he grew up, if it's some kind of tribal thing. I don't know what, but he's got a lot of names. Of course, to me, he's just Dikembe Mutombo. Not just. Jakob missed them both, by the way. He has really been sucking from the free throw line of late. And now Poeltl with the foul on Lopez. Lopez can go to the line for 2. Are Dallas bad this year? Isn't Lucas scoring something ridiculous, like 35 points a year? Supercalifragilistic. Lopez makes the first free throw. When I think Dikembe Mutombo, besides being a very good shot blocker, great defender, the huge win against the Sonics where he's screaming, holding the ball on the floor. I also remember him telling Michael Jordan at the All-Star game that you've never dunked on me. And then, of course, what does Michael Jordan do? Do not challenge Michael Jordan. You think the guys back in the 90s would have learned that? Like, don't talk trash to him. Why, in anybody's mind, would you anger the beast? Just shut up. Spurs ball, up by 3. Sohan whips it out to Doug McDermott. McDermott's going to start to drive. All sorts of out of control. Throws it high up off the glass and makes the bucket. Mavs are 6-4. Okay. The Spurs select Bronny. Lopez for a long 3. No good. McDermott with the rebound. Gets it up to Jakob Poeltl. Poeltl running the floor. Stops, gets into the Sohan, and the alley-oop layup is good. Spurs have their biggest lead of the day by 7. I mean, if we draft Bronny and somehow LeBron comes here, it would be good for my channel. I'm sure the views would double or triple, more than triple LeBron James being here. And just look at Lakers streams; the numbers are much bigger than the Spurs streams. So if LeBron came here, it would be massive for my channel. That's a travel on Giannis's brother, Spurs ball. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, if he was to come here, or I would root for him. I mean, whoever's wearing our uniform, I'm going to root for. The Kings -4. Kidoki. Sony's shown us some good stuff on occasion on the court. He does look like he could be one of our best defenders by the end of sometime next year. I mean, he's already slowly turning into that. I like to see the rebound numbers go up, and we're gonna have a travel on the Spurs. I think it's great that they bring in Spurs players the past interview during the game, but they stop calling him. Yes, Phil. What I really hate, and they haven't done it much this year, is when they do an interview, they scrunch down the game to like 60% of its normal size and then put the person being interviewed up in the corner. And I hate that. No disrespect to the interviewee or interviewer, but I want to watch the game. Don't give my game shrinkage. Ooh, nice long three. Javon Carter. He's got to be the Bucks' leading scorer at this point. He's been scoring at a pretty high clip. McDermott for three. After pick and roll, no good. And it is Bucks ball down by 4, 39-35. About 8:20 to go in the first half. Carter with the ball again, takes off, gets into the paint, runs right out of the paint, passes the ball at one of the referees, and it'll go out of bounds. Carter to drop 40? Dang. Exactly, Kyle. If I wanted to watch an interview, exactly. I don't think they've been doing that much this year. Maybe they've gotten feedback from fans, like negative feedback. I mean, I would be all in on the negative feedback. You want to be able to see the game, and when you scrunch the game, defending an interview on the side, no, not going to work. We got a wet floor, so they're drying it off. Just throwing that out there. Wet floor. Floor's turned on. It's wet. Anyway. Oh, Coyote's helping. The Coyote's even getting down there trying to dry the floor. Maybe he should rub his butt on it. And his tail. I'll have to try to get a picture of Coyote next month. Person that in the Coyote suit, I assume they're pretty chill when they do photos. He's got to do photos. I know, Kyle. Does Bassey already have 5 rebounds? Junior, that could be it. My biggest concern with Victor Wembanyama is injuries. Okay, just check back in for the Spurs. We'll take a 3. And good! Kelvin with a couple threes tonight. Welcome back into the game, Kelvin, and immediately making the shot. They look worse in game. Interesting. Phil? I'm indifferent on these. It's not a city jersey. I actually don't know any city jerseys. And probably won't. Because they're only for 1 year. I want to wear something that's more traditional Spurs. That pull-up jumper is no good. Nice offensive rebound by Bobby Portis. Headband power. And still Bucks ball's going to be poked out of bounds. And I think it's going to stay with Milwaukee. It will. 42-35, 7.5 minutes to go. I'm not a big fan of the Sadek. I don't know. I just like the traditional uniform. I'm very old school. Give me a traditional Spurs uniform, and I'm happy. Bucks will get the ball back in. Bobby Portis into the paint. Pull-up jumper off the glass. Bounces around. No good. And now a foul. A lot of stoppages in the last 30 seconds. Coyote may throw you a t-shirt. He walks around the game. Okay. Spurs G League down 17-8. Of course. Oh, I do want to say, the camos. That was a City Edition film, the one you sent me. I had no idea. Thank you for that, by the way. I know I've already said thank you, but thank you again. Would you rage at the Giants? Probably. There won't be any video of me raging. But yeah, if the the Giants lose to the Texans on Sunday, that's going to be an embarrassment. No offense to any Texans fans, but they're Not good this year. Well, I think somebody said J.J. Watt's returning Sunday. So that might be bad for us with our offensive line being kind of lately. Kelvin Johnson with the ball. Pick and roll with Jakob. Back to Jakob. Jakob with the runner. Good. Spurs back up by 7. I won't be rooting for the Texans, Junior. Javon Carter, pick and roll. Gets it out to Portis. Portis would drop it off to Nora. Back to Portis. Portis, pull up three-pointer is good. Nice ball movement by the Bucks right there. Oh, he had his foot on. Toe on the line. Toe on the line. Got to watch your toe. Don't let it be on the line. Keldon pick and roll. Jakob Pertl. Keldon takes off. Throws it out to Jeremy Sohan. Sohan. Back to Keldon. Keldon's going to launch a 3. Gets fouled. Fouled. And he's going to go to the line for not 1, not 2, but 3 as we're going to have a timeout. I don't drink. I'm not a beer guy, so if it's $9 beer night in San Antonio, I'm going to be okay. JJ Watts is play. Oh, he's with Arizona? I don't know. So what's with Arizona and Houston flip-flopping players around these last few years? Situation where everyone's going to be happy is when the Spurs lose every game going forward, but all losses are just by 1 possession because it proves that the Spurs are good. Now that, bacon bits, would be an interesting scenario if the Spurs lost a ton of games the rest of the year, but they kept losing by like 2 or 3 points, which would be frustrating and heartbreaking, but it would show the team is competitive and is 1 player away. Yeah, he probably should retire. Health first. Good chance to beat the hottest team in the NBA without the. Yes, I agree, Alex. Bassie, I think, Basketball Reference, I think, had him listed at 6'11", but he's got no ups. Man, I swear he's got like his feet are in cement when he goes to jump. He looks like sometimes he has less of a vertical than I do. I'm not trying to throw shade, but man, he's an NBA player. And when I see him at the rim and he jumps and he's like short all the time, and he's 7 inches taller than me and half my age, I feel like he should be flying through the air. Blake Wesley in 6 weeks, I believe. Leonardo, good evening. Good night, dog. Hola, Vera, saludos. Something Elena. Must be, mi español no bueno. I haven't done one of these in a while. Go Spurs, go! Since 99, fan since 90 myself. A solid 30 years as a Spurs fan here. How are they going to get Bradley Beal with their salary? I mean, how can they keep affording more? Is Russell Westbrook part of this alleged trade? Joe Mama 30 and 9 first game and second 18. Wow. Mr. Z, good evening. Nice score. Oh, half court 3-4 fan is an air ball. Devontae Kaycock is in the Pistons. I didn't realize that. He never really got a chance in San Antonio. Very limited action. Maybe the Spurs just, I don't know. I see players doing well in other places, like Jacques Landale, and it kind of makes you go, Drew Eubanks playing well, I don't know if he's still playing well in Portland, but played well last year. And you just see guys leave our team and do well other places, and you're like, what did we do wrong? No Giannis, son of Scar. So Bassie's listed on 6'9" in ESPN, 6'11" on Basketball Reference. Split the difference, call him 6'10". Anyway, Keldon at the line for 3. Had a rough night Wednesday night with free throws. Missed, I think, 4 or 5 free throws, and the Spurs lost in overtime. Could have been the difference in the game. Eubanks is still doing well in Portland? Okay. Primo's listed at 6'4" on ESPN. Oh, he was definitely listed. Wait, yeah. Oh, he made all 3. Sorry. 47-39. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. It is Bucks ball. They are down by 8. This is the biggest lead of the game for the Spurs. Portis for 3. No good. Jakob Pertl with the rebound. Gets it to Trey Jones. Jones running it up the court. Flips it up to Keldon. And Keldon's going to take a step back 3. Good! 11-point game. Good evening, Greg. I want to know. That's a great song, Kyle. Offensive foul on Lopez. Spurs ball. By the way, I asked earlier. I'm not sure if anybody answered, but for those of you watching the game with me, apparently I was way behind. Am I closer now to you guys that I fixed my since I fixed my NBA pass? Big body is he's medium body though, because he lost like 20 pounds in the offseason. Bassi or Ibaka? I haven't. I don't know. Keldon in the paint. Turnaround pull up jumper is a little short. No good. I like a double digit lead. Defense chance in the ANTT Center. It is Bucks ball. 10 on the shot clock. And a huge dunk by Serge Ibaka. I am closer. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that. I'm guessing the 9 seconds the audio was ahead of the video. I'm now 9 seconds ahead with my video. Jeremy's sign for three, no good. So like if I was 20 seconds behind you guys, there's YouTube lag as well. Then maybe I'm 10 now with everything being fixed, which I'll take. Who's playing better? I mean, the Bucks are missing a lot of guys. Ibaka in the paint, throws it up off the glass, misses, gets his own miss, puts it back up, no good, gets fouled, gonna go to line for two. Lonnie with the Lakers, inconsistent, like he was with the Spurs. I like Sohan's game. He's got a lot to work on offensively with his shot, but defensively, I think he's going to be a very solid defensive power forward for us. Just the offensive game has to come together. That being said, he's only 19, so he's got a lot of time to improve. He's also already our best lob threat on the team. First free throw is good, 50-42. Okay, gotcha, Kyle. We do need another point guard, Leonardo. We are down two. One because of, well, being released by the team, and the other one out for injury. Blake Wesley, I think it's back in about 6 weeks. But who knows? That timetable could be extended. Ibaka's second free throw is no good. Jeremy Robinson. Well, he's got a long way to go rebounding wise to get to Robin status. Keldon fakes the three, takes off, drives, pull up jumper, air ball. Jeez. Yes, I agree. Milamidu, his energy on defense is you can't teach that. And he runs the floor hard. Missed by the Bucks. Spurs ball. Jay Rich pulls up and misses the three. Serge Ibaka with the rebound. I would agree with that. Potato. Definitely has the potential to be our best defender since two. George Hill drives in the paint, drives right back out of it. Pass it out to Venso. The Venso starts to drive himself and loses the ball out of bounds. It's off a spur. It'll be Bucks ball at 6 on the shot clock. Jeremy could be greater than Ibaka. Yeah, he's about 100 years old. Wow, no love for Serge Ibaka, huh? Charles Bassey back in the game, becoming what seems to be a little bit of a fan favorite from Spurs fans. It's always good to see a guy that kind of comes from nowhere, just kind of start producing for your team, a guy you didn't expect. Hill, after the inbound pass, no good. That was a three-point attempt, I believe. Bassey with the Bassey is a rebounding machine, I'll say that. Spurs ball under 4 minutes to go, up by 8. Trey Jones drives into the paint, throws up a difficult layup through traffic, makes it good. 10-point game. Bassey's doing good. Baca does have a ring with the Raptors, correct? 2 years ago with number 2. Beauchamp with the pull-up jumper, no good. Bassey with another rebound. How many rebounds does Bassey have? Does he have like 7 already? Keldon into the paint, turns the ball over. Bad pass, Keldon. That was intercepted by Wesley Matthews. Now Matthews for 3. No good. Trey Jones with the rebound. Austin 3:16 passing the clock. He is from San Antonio. Bassey in the paint and traveled. Man, we are turnover prone. He's got 7 boards. Jossie, my one criticism of Greg Popovich is sometimes I feel like his rotations are based more on what time it is on the clock more so than game flow, and a lot of Spurs fans have been critical of that as well. So I get you. The game has changed a lot since he started coaching with us back in the 96-97 season when he took over from, was it Bob Hill? We went through so many coaches in the 90s. Um, I have a hard time putting the timeline together. I'm doing good. How are you, brother? Happy Veterans Day once again. If you ain't down with Veterans Day, we definitely have two words for you. Trainers! Or boop, boop. All right, anyway, I don't know. I know it's only rock and roll, but I like it. Yes, I do. I like it. Ah, Sergeant Bennett Stamps, World War II vet. Oof, he's got some years on him. Out there with Coyote, which is awesome. Not trying to be disrespectful, but I mean he's a World War II vet. He's got to be 80 plus. Well, oh, more than that. He's 80. Figure if he fought in the war in 45, if he was 18, born in 27. Oh, geez, he'd be post 90, over 90. Thank you, Jay Z. Bassey, Sowen, and Langford food defense? He's 98? Oh, I didn't realize he was. I didn't catch that. 90. Wow, last time he'd still walk at 98. Well, if I make it to 98, I hope I can still move like that. 98. Dang. I started doing the math and I was like, he's got to be in his 90s. I didn't realize 98. Wow. Good defense. Okay. I don't know if that was like slang, like food defense. Does that mean they're going to eat? They're feasting on the other team? Yeah, I see the 98. Okay. I just heard it on the broadcast team too. 98 years old. If Pearl could shoot, yeah, that's not happening anytime ever. Which makes you wonder if we had a center that could shoot the three. Aldridge hit the threes and didn't really make. I mean, I guess I'm thinking more of the tail end of his career than the beginning. I did not hear that, Kyle. Well, I just heard it, I guess. It is Bucks ball under 3 minutes to go. 10 on the shot clock. They are down by 10. DaVincio out 3-point layup, 5 on the shot clock. He's going to launch a three. No good. The rebound will fall into the hands of Jay Rich. It is Spurs ball. And we're going to have a foul down the other end. And is it a foul or it's going against the Spurs either way? Seventh turnover. OKC is beating the Raptors 70-53. Okay. So we trade Pirtle to commit to the rebuild. Pirtle, Richardson, and McDermott. Big question marks on all three players on whether they'll be here after the All-Star break. Bucks go around the world. 3-point attempt by Beauchamp is not good. That's a rebound for Ibaka, though. He has the ball. He'll take a spin around, turn around Jay. That is no good. And Beauchamp with the rebound, and now a foul. And, and that's going to go against the Spurs. Spurs giving up second chances and third chances as usual. Tired of seeing teams get offensive rebounds against us. Tony Parker in the Spurs office. Did he join the Spurs office? Did I not hear that? Or are you hoping he does? Their careers when the Spurs are. Where will they be in their careers? Jakob, Doug, and Josh Richardson? Past 30. One of them already is. Matthews for three, no good. And another offensive rebound. And Javon Carter, wide open three, good. And the Spurs rebounding is doo-doo. Tired of losing leads, tired of giving up offensive rebounds left and right. Sometimes you're more tired on your days off. Bucks have 9 offensive rebounds. That is offensive. what I think about that. Anybody just coming to the stream probably like, what in the heck is this? Why is there a giant baby Yoda in my face? If we can get a first round pick for Jakob, I agree, Jesse. 3 to 5 year rebuild. I would say a 3 year rebuild. Then, I mean, the vets don't want to be here for that. Boo. Okay, but you're right. If it's a 3 year rebuild, I mean, yeah. I mean, even in 3 years, Kellen, 3 years, all our top guys will be 26 or under. Kellen will be 26 in 3 years. Devin will be under that. Obviously, the 3 guys we drafted this year. And I think Kellen Johnson's dealing with an injury. So he's getting his right ankle work done, right shin, calf, something. What kind of tea is hard to swallow? Mr. T? Ooh, that took a weird. That could be taken the wrong way. Turnover, and on the fast break, Romeo Langford blocks Marjan Beauchamp. No, no, no. But another turnover for the. Can you hear that? It just started downpouring where I am. Anyway, Bucks ball. Oops, get the clock on, Rich. Bach in the paint, passes it out for three. Hill's three is going to be no good. Devin Vassell with the rebound. Begging bets he's got good trade value right now. So it probably would be good to move him. And now an offensive foul on the Spurs. That's another turnover. A reality. Thought my answer was good. I mean, I like trade. I mean, if the Spurs were to draft Scoot Henderson, if they're a lottery team again, does that mean you guys feel like Blake Wesley doesn't? I assume that means you don't believe in Trey Jones or Blake Wesley. For me, the jury's still out on both of them. Bucks ball. George Hill was open for three for a second, didn't take it. Javon Carter now at the ball, out 3 point land, 5 on the shot clock. Javon Carter, 1-on-1 Bassey, stops, drives, and another foul. He's going to go to the line for 2. What's up, AJ? The turnovers are killing us this year. I saw the stat, the Spurs, I think, are number 1 in assists, but aren't we like one of the worst teams in the league with turnovers this year, which is very much not Spursy. I think the Spurs, if the Spurs can get Ron Jambo and Ricky Lombardo on their starting lineup, they're good to go. Yes, Malachi Branham is in the G League, Anderson. He was shipped down there around a week ago. I was a little surprised at that. He gets 2 starts, granted, didn't play well, and then they say, okay. They're not helping the Spurs, Phil. I'll tell you that much. They're not doing any favors for our team. 9 turnovers for the Spurs, 8 for the. Well, both teams are just. Misses the second free throw. The Spurs ball, up by 6, 52. Whoops. Forgot to put a free throw on the board. 52-46. Keldon out in 3 point land. Gets it over to Charles Bassey. Bassey. Nice bounce pass to McDermott. McDermott with the drive and gets the reverse layup. Spurs back up by 8. Our fire just entered the game. Yeah, Doug's in there. I know who you meant. George Hill going to drive, runs into the paint, runs right back out of it. Hill 1-on-1 with Bassey. And now another whistle. Offensive foul on the Bucks. Magic up by 20. Yeah, I don't think Trey's shown me enough to say he is the guy, but I don't think he's shown me enough to say he's not the guy. His 3 point shooting has improved greatly, so he's shown me he is working on his game. McDermott over to Kelvin, 8 on the shot clock. Kelvin gets into the Bassey, back to Kelvin. Kelvin's going to get it over to Bassey again. Now, Kelvin's going backdoor, lost the ball after the Bassey pass. Hill drives in the paint, gets rejected by Charles Bassey running the court. Oh, man! He was like, shut the front door. And now a tie up at half court, and it's a. I don't know whose ball it is. But Bassey with a monster block from behind. Suck it, George Hill. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I was actually off today. But I didn't sleep too well last night, and I was up at like 5 a.m. this morning. So I'm a little tired. Had a good workout, though. A great workout. So that maybe contributed to that. Big guy Bassey. Big guy Bassey? He doesn't really have a nickname. You know, I wasn't. The Spurs have 9 blocks tonight already. I wasn't expecting a lot from Charles Bassey, but you know what? As a backup center, well, I do think Zach Collins shows us a little, has given us more on the offensive side of things. Bassey's shown us he's a better defender. That was a terrific block. Three. That's right. J Money, you're in what? New Zealand? Jumping Jack Bassey. You know, you do find those diamonds in the rough, and maybe this kid, because Bassey's only what 22. He's been fairly impressive, getting legit minutes, showing the Spurs organization, hey, I can ball, man. Seabass or Seabass, Bassanova, Chevy Nova. It is Spurs ball. So there's a tie up on the court. The Spurs call timeout. They retain possession. They can hold for the last shot, and we'll get into Devin Vassell. Shot clock is off. Vassell pick and roll with Bassey. Now pick and roll with Doug. Nope, no pick and roll with Doug. Vassell going to take off, gets it out to Jay Rich. Jay Rich for three. Off the rim, no good. And Doug McDermott gets the offensive board, puts it up, and it goes in, but it's not going to count because there's nothing on the clock. Good first half for the Spurs. Considering we're playing the Bucks backups, I would like us to be up by more than this, but I'm not going to complain about a lead. Well, I guess I just did. Joe Wieskamp was drafted before Charles Bassey. Now he's not even with the Spurs. Anyway, let's get to the halftime stats for both teams. Let's go to a little NBA.com. Looking around the NBA, what else is going on tonight? The 2-9 Lakers play the Sacramento Kings. That should be a look. What's going on with the Warriors? Why are they 4-7? Is Curry out? I haven't been paying attention to them at all. The Lakers are just a train wreck at 2-9. LeBron is out again with an abductor strain. I'm going to do my video on the Lakers and my rebuilding of the Lakers maybe this weekend. I'm not sure if I get any views. I do want to branch out. I thought the League Pass fix would do well on the channel, but that's absolutely tanked. But you got to try different stuff. You never know. My most popular video on the channel is a video I didn't think would do well, and it's got 1 million views. So you never know. Anyway, for the Milwaukee Bucks, Marjon Beauchamp with 4 points, having a rough night from the field. He's 2 of 9. Bobby Portis struggling from the field as well. He's 1 of 5 with 4 points. Brooke Lopez with 8 points. Jordan Nora with 6, and Javon Carter with 10. Actually, the Bucks as a team are only shooting 32% from the field. The Spurs are shooting 51%. Surprised we're not up by more. Free throw's a big difference. Bucks are 11 of 14. The Spurs are 5 of 7. Anyway, for the bench, George Hill with 3, but he's 0 for 6 from the field. Wesley Matthews with 0. Serge Ibaka leading the bench with 8. Sandro Mamoukelashvili with 3, and then Thanasis Antetokounmpo played Austin 3-16 and has a turnover and a foul on his stat line. For the San Antonio Spurs, Kellen Johnson, weird night tonight, 12 points, 3 of 3 from beyond the arc, 3 of 3 from the line. He's missed all his 2-point shots. He's 0 for 4. He does have 3 turnovers in the first half, as does Doug McDermott. This team has been very turnover prone. They have 10 already. I don't know what's going on with our Spurs this season. Jeremy, you don't mess with the Sohan with 4. Jakob Poeltl with 8. Devin Vassell with 8. Trey Jones with 4 points. Off the bench, Josh Richardson with 7. Doug McDermott with 7. Charles Bassey with 2 points and 8 rebounds and 3 assists and 2 blocks in 9 minutes. So over 36 minutes, that would be 8 points, 32 rebounds, 12 assists, 8 blocks, and also 8 turnovers and 8 fouls. Interesting stat line for him in 9 minutes. Romeo Langford also played for us tonight. He's got 2 points in 9 minutes himself. So Spurs going with a 9-man rotation. The Bucks going with 10. as it stands right now. And we'll talk to the chat. Well, hey, Latino Lantern with the super chat. Sorry, I almost missed that. That would have been not cool on my part. Drops the $2 and he says, playing spot, here we come. Fake Spurs. We could make the play-in again. We've done it the last few years. Team needs to play more together. Yeah, well, the turnovers are a major issue for us this year. Some bad free throw shooting. I mean, you look at our starting lineup. We got two bad free throw shooters in there, Jakob Pertl and Jeremy Sohn. I actually want to look up the curse of the unis. I want to look up Jakob Pertl's recent free throw shooting because I feel like he's missed a lot lately. I'll have my recap up of this game tomorrow around 11, or not this game, of the week. Hopefully the Spurs close out and win. It'll draw attention. But yes, Jakob, he went 2 of 5 from the line against Memphis. But in his last 4 games, he's 2 for 11, and he's missed 2 tonight. So he's 2 for 13. Yeah. I realized Jakob, I didn't see the game. I didn't have the pass yet. He was 13 of 21 versus the Pacers. He took 21 free throws against the Pacers. Was it all hack-a-yak? What the what? Where's Jakob shooting from the line this year? 47%, not including tonight. So probably much less than that. Jeremy Sohan can't shoot the free throw either. So that's 2 guys. Good evening, Jedi. Hey, last Jedi, I wanted to ask you something. Not trolling. Time to move on from Michael Thomas for this New Orleans Saints. You've gotten nothing out of him the last 3 years. I don't know his contract situation, but I gotta feel like you guys gotta be close to just saying you're done with him. You think the Spurs have some of the best defense in the league? David, the Bucks can win. Any team can win any given Sunday. Center-driven pop defense putting you to sleep. Got too many parlay. Oh, Charles Bassey can shoot the 3. Can he? I don't think I've seen him launch a 3. What is this halftime show? It's like all percussion. Okay. Um, who scored the first basket? Oh man, PH. Spurs did, I think. I don't remember who shot it. 33%? I cringe when Pirtle's at the free throw line, but LOL, I love him. I cringe too. There you go. He can shoot it. Not sure he can make it. Those are 2 things. Fair enough. They're really getting down with their snares. Spurs Hype Squad? Is that what these guys are called? This is my first Hype Squad. My first time watching a game with sound this year because of all the issues with the NBA Pass. I'm sorry, Rob. The girl with the symbols, the girl with the tight pants. What's going good, Odyssey? Nah, you go to. Sorry, I'm out right now on the road, not right, but I hope we do. Unfortunately, it's just for yeah. He's not. He's been not. Is he out for the year? He's missed so much time, and at some point, you just got to look at a player and say, we can't keep paying you millions of dollars to be hurt every year. I mean, he was one of the best wide receivers in the league for a few years, but that was also what Drew Brees throwing to him, and the Saints do not have that level of quarterback anymore. Did Devin make the first shot? That sounds right. No, Latino Lantern. Giannis Antetokounmpo's out. Chris Middleton's out. Drew Holiday's out. So 3 of the Milwaukee Bucks starters are out. I miss the Spurs cheerleaders too, man. I miss them too. Bucks suck for real. What? Don't they have the best record in the NBA? I don't remember PH. I think it was down the cell with a jumper, but I don't remember. Rob, I agree. The Spurs got with all the players out for the Bucks. I wonder if it's still on my computer. Let me go look. I'm looking for a little something here. I don't know if it might be on the old computer. TSR Sports. Not there. I was checking to see if the Silver Dancers were still on my computer. They're not. I think they're on the old computer. When I used to sit in front of a green screen and I would sit in front of the Silver Dancers. But I was like, you know what? Put a couple thumbtacks up, hang a couple jerseys, put a Spurs towel on my couch. That way it just takes 2 minutes to put this up and don't have people coming over my house like, why do you have a green screen on your wall? Good evening, Asia Babe. Please keep in your prayers. Oh man, you just can't. Prayers out to your mom. Quick recovery. You've had some rough luck family wise recently, Asia. So hopefully you should be okay. And best of luck to her. Hopefully a speedy recovery with what's happening. I should never. David, I'm surprised. A lot of people said they bet on the Bucks tonight. And I'm personally surprised having three guys out. Yeah, the Spurs team is inconsistent. They're young, but missing three starters, that is a risky bet. But you know what? I'm not a gambler, so I don't know when to hold them. I don't know when to fold them. I don't know when to walk away. I don't know when to run. Speaking of free throws, Chip Ingles working another team. Didn't understand why the Spurs let him go. I forgot why we let him go. He's been gone a while. Well, not a while, but what was it last season? Before last season? I don't remember. When people leave the Spurs, my brain just they're gone. Speaking of free throws, oh, I already read that. Kenny Rogers, right? Yeah, that's right. I'll give me some Kenny. He's on the short list of country music I'll listen to. Kenny Rogers, Johnny Cash. Um, I do like a couple Dolly Parton songs, even though it's a duet. Islands in the Stream's a great song. I don't know if it's really considered country. It might be more pop. The Whitney Houston cover, "I'll Always Love You." Yeah, I think I've heard like one other song by her I like. Well, she sang "9 to 5" for the movie. That was great. No load manager for the Spurs tonight. All their guys in. Whose contract disagreement? I think it was after the end of last year. What condition my condition is in? Hmm. Let's look around the NBA. See what the scores are and what the games are for tonight. This is like, you know what? Why don't we pull that up? Take a look at the rest of the league. All right, NBA games. All right, today the Magic beat. What the game's already over? The game started at like 7. The Orlando Magic beat the Phoenix Suns 114 to 97. The Celtics whooped the Nuggets 131 to 112. The Knicks are beating the Pistons 85-72. Thunder are beating the Raptors 73-56. We have our game here. Later tonight at 9:30, the Minnesota Timberwolves face the Memphis Grizzlies. The Cleveland Cavaliers visit the Golden State Warriors, and the Sacramento Kings visit the Los Angeles Lakers. As far as tomorrow goes, if you're looking for some NBA action, probably the best game to check out. If you watch a train wreck, that's the Nets play the Clippers at 4 o'clock. As far as the rest of the games, the Hawks play the 76ers. Didn't they just play like last night? What a weird NBA schedule. I swear the Hawks played the 76ers last night. I checked in on DeJounte. How's DeJounte Murray doing this year? Let's check in on some former Spurs and see how they're doing. Just out of curiosity. We'll check on the big three that left last season. Or during the season or after the season. All right, DeJounte Murray with the Atlanta Hawks this year has played 12 games, shooting 46% from the field, identical to what he did with the Spurs last year. About 33% from beyond the arc, identical to what he did with the Spurs last year. 6.2 rebounds, 8.1 point assists, both numbers down from last season. Is averaging 2.3 steals a game and 21.6 points per game. He's pretty much doing the exact same thing in Atlanta that he did with San Antonio last year. Just significantly less rebounds, probably because of what the personnel that's on the Hawks. Let me see if I missed anything. I did miss some in the chat. Have a good one, Jedi. LA not on a team. LA, LaMarcus Aldridge. Spurs have a back of it. We do, that's true. Next week is going to be a rough week for old TSR. I'm on the East Coast, and I think I saw all the Spurs games are 10 o'clock. I think there's 4 games next week. I plan on only calling 3. I'll actually pull up the Spurs schedule. Well, it's halftime, and I'm just yapping over here. Next week, the Spurs have the Warriors on Monday, the Portland Trailblazers on Tuesday, the Kings on Thursday, and the Clippers on Saturday. 10, 10, 10, 10, 30. Son of a. Oh, and they have the Lakers on Sunday. It's a back to back. And then we have the Lakers back to back November 25th and 26th. Damn it. At least those aren't late games, though. So, what am I going to do for next week? I think I'm going to call. I think I'm going to take the Sacramento game off. I think I'll call Golden State. I'll do my first back to back there. I don't want to do all 4 games. If I'm going to take a game off, Sacramento's probably the team at least interests me. No disrespect to any Sacramento Kings fans. The Warriors should be a good turnout for the channel. Always interested in watching Steph Curry play, even though I can't stand the show, but he's a fantastic shooter. Like to see Dame play. Nobody other Kings I want to watch. And then Clippers, I'll call that game just to round out the week, and then definitely call the Lakers on Sunday at 9:30. And we got the Pelicans and the Lakers and the Lakers. Lakers 3 times in a 6-day span. We also played the Timberwolves 3 times, one in a week. This is the NBA. Tino Lander with this $2 super chat says, I know small sample size, rate first round rookies, all of them, or ours? All right, Asia. For ours, Sohan, I'm going to give a B. Love the offense, the hustle, loyalty, and respect. Not love the offense, love the defense. Some of the defensive things I'm seeing, the hustle, loyalty, respect. Still has to put it together offensively, but overall, I give Sohan a B. I believe Malachi Branham was our second pick at 22. I got to give him a D. Hasn't shown us much. Has struggled offensively, and he's now in the G League, so that hasn't worked out. We're at the asterisk Blake Wesley. The little bit we saw of him, I really liked. So what I saw of him, I'll give it a B. Actually, maybe even a B plus. But he played so little in the regular season, and he's been out. But overall, if I was to grade our draft right now, it would B plus. I think that's kind of where I was before. It's too early for me to say these guys are going to be fantastic, and it's way too early for me to say they're going to be duds. Well, the game's already back, so I got to get my quarters 3 up there. Spurs will start us off. Trey Jones launches a 3, and Jones, to his credit, is really improved on his three-point shooting this year. But I give us a B plus. That grade might go up significantly as Jeremy Sohan's offense develops. And when Blake Wesley comes back, we'll get a better understanding of his capabilities. So myself for 3 down the other end. Swish! It's going awesome here. Jeremy Sohan's hair, I'd rate an A plus. Imagine being a Kings fan. Yeah, that's a game I'm going to skip. Plus, that would probably draw a massively small crowd. Nobody's going to care about the game besides diehard Spurs fans and the 5 Kings fans that are out there. But I'm rooting for the Kings tonight. Go Kings! Javon Carter drives to the paint, throws up the layup. Good. Hope the Kings whoop the Lakers. No offense to any Lakers fans. R.I.P. Gallagher, no! Sledge-O-Matic Gallagher? Joey from Brazil? No, not Gallagher. Oh. Dude, I loved Gallagher in the 80s and early 90s with the Sledge-O-Matic. Rest in peace, Gallagher. That pull-up jumper by Nora is going to bounce around and bounce out. Sohan with the rebound. Sohan will bring it up the court. He's showing us some ball handling skills. Now a kickball. They'll stay with the Spurs. Don't know why I've been finding myself rooting for the Jazz. They've had a long, rough road to see me join. You know what, Rez? I'm not a fan of them. One of my best friends is a fan of the Jazz. I'm happy for them. They blew up their team, and now they're finding ways to win, and that's travel on. So another turnover by the Spurs. Kevin Conroy passed away. I'm not familiar with him. Lopez in the paint, no good. Ball bounce out to Kelvin Johnson, and Spurs ball. Trey Jones on the run, sprints up the court, back out to Kelvin, open for 3. A little too much on it, no good. And now collision in the paint. And an off. I don't know who the foul's on. On Sohan? Oh, jeez. Offensive foul on Jeremy Sohan. Sohan having a rough. Well, AJ, since you said that, um, oh, I got to remove this from the. There we go. Yeah, remove that. Since you mentioned Selena, I mean, why not, right? Nora pull up jumper, no good. Gets his own miss. Out to Lopez. He's wide open for three. Call for the shot, doesn't make it. Finally, Devicel will sky for the rebound. It is Spurs ball up by 10. And Sohan with the thunder dunk of justice on the oop from the alley to the doopy bloopy doo. I don't know. I said it earlier in the stream. Sohan is our best lob threat for sure. At least he brings that to the Spurs, something we haven't had in a while. And a turnover, Trey Jones on the run. It's a 3-on-1. Vassell into the paint. All sorts of collision. Gets the bucket. Foul before the bucket. Bucket count. It looked like Devin Vassell traveled. I hate to say it. He had Keldon trailing. Beautiful alley-oop to Jeremy Sun. They're showing the replay. Great pass. No, he is at going in line shooting too. All right, bucket didn't count. I didn't watch the animated series. Who are you? I'm Batman. Demisel at the line for one. It's good. Joker, where are the people? I don't know. I don't remember what he says in the movies. There's somebody's always yelling. No, Gallagher from The Comedian. He used to smash stuff with a big sledgehammer, like watermelons. Never did see his show live. Spurs, biggest lead of the game, 14 points. Lego Batman. And timeout by the Milwaukee Bucks. You ever going to play Arena? Magic the Gathering Arena? No. I played it a little bit, if that's what you're talking about, and I'm just not a fan. I don't like Standard or Modern or any of those. I tried Brawl, not really a fan of it. I like playing Commander. It's not, last I knew, it's not on Arena. And I own 78 Magic decks, and I have the actual cards. I'm not going to pay for digital versions of them. Just not gonna. I hope we're going to win this, Mr. Z. Do you ever see Grant Williams in a Batman costume doing it? No. I remember I met the actor that did Batman's voice at Comic Con in McAllen, Texas. He was rolled down on Earth. And, oh, he was down to Earth. Okay, down to Earth. Such a nice man. Ah, you met him. 14-point lead, and this would be a nice way to start. To end the Spurs week. Very tough loss against the Grizzlies on Wednesday night. Coming into the week 0-2 on a losing streak. It'd be nice to start turning things around a little bit. Hey, go for some sprinkles. I'm hungry. Seriously, during the timeout, they're going to play musical chairs? Is that what we're doing here? It's musical chairs, but there are no chairs. Timmy Duncan in a commercial. What's Timmy promoting? Avery Johnson in the house. Showing some classic Spurs from, looks like late 90s, early 2000s. I still hear Avery Johnson. Avery's got such a unique voice. I mean, when Avery Johnson's talking, if you're a Spurs fan, you know his voice immediately. Where do you guys rate Avery Johnson in the Spurs' greatest point guards of all time? Top 10? Top 5? Top 3? I got to think everybody's rating Tony Parker number 1. Is this the first? Oh, this is about the first. This is the first championship year. 37-13. This is the 98-99 season, which they have a documentary on. So this must be parts of the documentary that I still need to watch. The video is about 20 minutes long. It's in my queue. I'm going to catch it this weekend. Phil, it is crazy that I don't have Elvish Empire, I believe the name it was. I had an elf deck built. I didn't have that deck though, and then the one deck you had, when I saw that box, I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's a commander deck!" So I got it built, and I'm ready to play it this weekend. How do we get over the Timberwolves? Uh, more, the Grizzlies just, yeah, the Grizzlies having right. Tish! Not a turnover for the Bucks. What just happened? What the Buck happened? I mean, Avery was good, but if I'm thinking prime Spurs, prime Robinson, play out a scenario for you guys. In just a moment. Jakob Pertl in the paint, out to Keldon. Keldon starts to drive, get it back out to Vassell. Vassell pick and roll, back out to Keldon. Keldon's going to launch a three. Nope. What if in 96 97, instead of David Robinson getting injured, what if that was his rookie season and he missed most of the year? And then the next year, 97 98, we have Tim Duncan from his rookie year, and then David Robinson, the 24.3 points per game, prime David Robinson rookie year, with those two guys on the team for the next decade or more. They would have won a lot of championships. Spurs ball, up by 12. Devin for three. That's a little short. And his Bucks ball, 8 minutes to go, 8 minutes and some change to go in the third quarter. Bucks ball, Jordan Nora drives in the paint, picks up his dribble, get it out to Lopez. Lopez one-on-one with Trey Jones. Surprised he didn't just shoot it over him. He's like a foot taller. Back to Nora. Nora, alley-oop to Lopez. There it is. Good ball movement. They took advantage of the mismatch. Sohan down the other way on a fast break. Thunder! Dunk of justice as Sohan got down the court fast. And you got to keep an eye on Jeremy Sohan. We've seen that a lot this year. He'll take off and make you got to hustle back on defense if he's down there running. 66-54. Pertl with the block. That's a Spurs 10th block. And the Spurs on the run again. Trey Jones to Pertl. Pertl over to Jeremy Sohan. Back to Keldon. He's open for three. There we go. The Spurs just 69 the Bucks. Spurs by 15, their biggest lead of the game. Nice lead for our San Antonio Spurs. Bucks fans, thank you for being here. I know there's a few in the chat. That runner's an in-and-out burger for Javon Carter. Spurs ball. Trey Jones will bring it up for San Antonio. Sprints up the court. Into the paint to Jakob. Jakob with the runner. No good. Jakob with his own rebound and putback. And one. Oh, Parker definitely all day best point guard for the Spurs all time. I mean, come on. Prime David Robinson with prime Duncan legit could have gone back to back. Oh, they could have gone back to back to back to back. I mean, that would have been one hell of a battle. Not that the Spurs didn't fight the Lakers when the Lakers three-peated, but David was on the wrong side of 30 at that point, not after the back injury, not the same player. But imagine prime early 90s Robinson, prime Duncan, plus Ginobili and Parker coming into the mix. Well, I mean, now just being Jakob hits the free throw. I mean, if we had prime Robinson, prime Duncan, prime Ginobili, and prime Parker all on the same team, forget about it. We're gonna have a foul down the other end on the Spurs. That's on Jeremy Sohan. Lakers, Westbrook, Anthony Davis, not. Wait, what? Not click. What? Go Spurs, go to you. Are they out tonight? Peroni's not my personality wise. Definitely not one of my favorite Spurs. But on the court, I certainly respect what he did for the team. Go Spurs, go from Argentina. It's a good. You know what? We're up by 18. Holy crap! I didn't realize we were up by that much. Where is it? Go Spurs, go! Portis misses a shot at the rim. They just said the Spurs are on an 8-0 run. What now? Kelvin Johnson starts to drive into the paint. Tough jumper is going to go in and out. Fight for the board. It's going to be knocked out of bounds, and that's going to be Bucks ball. Pertl's a bad man. He can be. You think the 1998 Spurs could have beaten the Bulls if MJ didn't retire? Pippen was dealing with a lot of injuries at that point. They were getting older. Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan. Latino Lane with the $5 super chat. Rod Strickland play off behind the back pass makes it. Beauchamp with a brick for a three and now foul. Latino Lantern. That was the first playoff series I ever watched with the San Antonio Spurs. And because that was 91, right? Remember that like it was yesterday. Or was it like this? Oh. I appreciate the suit. Another block for the Spurs. Block of Pirtle with the block. Spurs have numbers. Jones gets it up to Doug McDermott. McDermott for three. Good! And the Spurs are laying it on. Thank you for the super chat. But why'd you have to remind us of that, man? Go Spurs go from the Philippines. Cecil, good evening. And now, granted, this Bucks team is missing three starters, but you know what? You still got to beat the guys in front of you. And it is a block party, AJ. The Spurs got like 11 blocks tonight. I'm actually going to look that up. It is 10 blocks. All right. Vamos, Spurs, vamos. Can we get to 100 thumbs up, by the way? It's a Friday night, so Friday night clouds are a little tough, but if you guys could help me get to 100, would appreciate you. We're at 82 right now. Usually we get to 150 at a minimum. I don't think we're going to be able to get to 150 tonight, but at least want to get to 100. These folks are, even the Bucks are laughing at some of the calls they're getting. All right, talking about the fouls. Rock, you might be the biggest Doug McDermott fan. You're definitely the biggest one I know of. We're in a commercial break, and so does Mexico. Sorry, Mike. Well, Christian, it is a block party tonight. I heard in the chat, or read in the chat, the Spurs have 10 blocks tonight. I feel like they might. It's 10 or 11. They've been really. We haven't seen that type of defense. They've been blocking like that really since the Twin Towers. I'm sure there's been some games in there we've had a ton of blocks. Let's see. For the Spurs, Sohan has a block. Pirtle has three. Vassell has one. Jones has one. Richardson has one. Bassey has two. Langford has one. That does add up to 10. Granted, I don't like our 12 turnovers, but we're even out rebounding the Bucks right now, 37-35. Bucks only shooting 31% from the field. Not going to win a lot of games shooting 31% from the field. That's really hurting them tonight. While we're in a commercial break, I'll just look at the chat. We trade Doug. Do we still get to keep Veronica, or are they a package? They're a package deal. Yep. Veronica will go. No, she'll still be a Spurs fan. Sohan, I think he has like 6 or 8. Bardo, I mean, the Bucks don't have Giannis, Drew Holiday, or Chris Middleton. So take it with a grain of salt, but they're still beating the guys in front of them. I started to become a Spurs fan when I saw Ginobili dunked past 5. Like, oh, that's a great player. Well, great play. Well, Clarence, since you mentioned him. And they're talking about the Rod Strickland turnover. If you don't know, then you don't know. But one of the worst Spurs passes in the history of the organization, in my opinion. I don't think we're talking about his personality. Somebody mentioned Tony Parker's personality earlier in the chat, but Rod Strickland, we're just talking about the terrible pass in the playoffs 30 years ago. Trey Jones runs into the paint, pulls up, and it's going to be no good. Javon Carter with the rebound. And it's 75-54 with 5.5 minutes to go in the third. There's a big three for Carter. Yeah, there are a lot of guys, Gabriel. Strickland's a good player, just, one of the dumbest passes in Spurs history. It is what it is. Jakob Poeltl running the paint, no good. Bucks looking to put together a run and get this game back into reasonable. Trying to get, just make a game of it. Lopez for 3. And hitting some threes will do that. Back-to-back threes. It's now a 15-point game. Jeremy Sohan, I'm liking Jeremy Sohan's game too. He's winning me over. Not that I've never had anything against him per se. Kellen's going to drive in the paint. The runner is good. 77-60. Odyssey, though, we've beaten the Bucks before. The mono-block and Hart is a great one. Lopez for 3. Lopez all of a sudden turning into Steph Curry. Okay. $77-63, 4 minutes and some change to go. Keldon Johnson bounce past the Pirtle. Pirtle will launch it out to Trey Jones. And on the shot clock, Jones back to Pirtle. Pirtle now back to Jones. Jones over to Romeo Langford. 4 on the shot clock. Langford going to drive. Throws up a layup and no good. May have been partially blocked. Bucks on the run. Down by 14. George Hill will stop and give it to Brook Lopez. Back to George Hill. 14 on the shot clock. And now the Bucks offense will reset with Carter. Now one-on-one with Jakob Pirtle. 6 on the shot clock. Javon Carter throws some moves. Drives by Pirtle. Throws up the layup. No good. Portis puts it back. And this is now a 12-point game. Lopez needs to sit down. Thing is, honestly, people a lot on my channel will talk about the Spurs getting the first pick. There's this weird assumption that the Spurs, like, you automatically get the first pick overall if you're the worst team in the NBA, which we're not. It's just assumed, oh, if we lose, we'll get the first pick and we'll get Victor. It doesn't work like that. When we got Tim Duncan, we weren't the worst team in the NBA. We could be the worst team in the NBA and end up picking third or fourth. And then all this tank talk will be for nothing, and you don't get Victor or Scoot. I'm going to do a thing on Scoot at some point, probably early next year. I think it's a little too early still to start looking at upcoming picks, but I think people start getting more interested in the draft probably maybe after the All-Star break. I don't know. Oh, you haven't answered my. Oh, you ranked the point guards. Let me see what you did there. All right. You answer your question. Number 1, Parker. 2, Avery. 3, Vinny Dunn. I remember Vinny. 4, TJ Ford. 5, Maurice Cheeks. Nice. I have a silhouette T-shirt of that Manu block. When we got Jeremy in the draft, I did want. Who's the center that? What's his head? The center that was drafted right after Jeremy Sohan. The dunker, the 18-year-old dunker. Shoot, his name's escaping me. You guys know who I'm talking about. Jalen Duren. I wanted Duren. But you know what? Sohan was my second one, so whatever. We didn't draft the guard. At least we did not draft the guard. And a free throw for the Bucks. I don't know if this is a clear path or what this is. Or technical, maybe? It is Spurs ball. We're only up by 11. It ain't the Spurs if we don't give up the lead. Great. And now an offensive foul. There, thank you guys. It finally got it. We got Duren. But how's Jalen Duren doing? I think you guys said he's playing okay. You want to tear Eason? The Spurs are letting the Bucks right back into this game, big time. And now no defense as Javon Carter just blows by the Spurs. It's single digits. Find your love in your city? Oh, boy. Charles Bassey's checking in for the Spurs. Romeo Langford turns the ball over. Good grief. Brook Lopez, a mile-long 3, no good. And Bassey can't hold on to the rebound, and it's still Bucks ball. Lopez in the post, or paint, throws it up, no good. Fouled, going to go to the line for 2. Honestly, the Spurs should win this game because the Bucks are missing Erbide tonight. And we were up by, I think, 17 at one point in this quarter. Now it's down back to 9. Victor is also had by the age of only 18. Yeah, I'm really worried about him, Philip. And thank you for pointing that out. Everybody's like, tank for Victor, tank for Victor. He's got an injury history. We've seen a lot of big men in the past be drafted high and not last very long. And I'm worried if the Spurs were to get the number 1 overall pick and got him, obviously I'd be rooting for him, be ecstatic, but I also would have this huge thought in my head, is this guy going to last? They're not doing this on purpose. Missed the second free throw. Bassey with the rebound. 2:40 to go. Bucks on a 15-2 run in the last 250. So wait, were we up by 20-something? Oh, man. Jay Rich drives in the paint, and he got poked in the eye for his troubles. I am vengeance, I am the night, I am Batman. Is that what he used to say in the cartoon? The top three worst teams in the league in the NBA draft have a 14% chance of getting the first pick. Fact. Golden State Warriors in the chat. Well, Golden State Warriors, thank you for stopping in. The Opinion Sports Show, good evening. 8-point game. And this, I mean, silver lining for me is streams do better when the games are close. Blowouts are not really fun to call or hang out in. Either way. By the way, third quarter, 0 problems with the NBA pass and the audio's still in sync, so my fix did work. Romeo Langford drives in the paint. Ooh, looked like he traveled. No call. 3 on the shot clock. Richardson drives, stops, pops, hits the rim, no good. Put back by Langford is good. 79-69. 10-point game, 2 minutes remaining. Turned into quite an interesting game. Looked like it was going to be blowout city. George Hill, offensive foul on the Bucks. Spurs ball. It looked like it was going to be blowout city, and the Spurs have fought back or the Bucks have fought back against the Spurs. That's that backwards. Some very weak go Spurs go chants in the AT&T Center right now. Charles Bassey, nice pass to Doug McDermott. McDermott loses the ball in traffic, though. Goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Bucks. Bassey actually has some nice handles on him. He's actually a decent passer. I know he had that in his game. He could be a very good steal of a signing, if you will. The sellout 3-point line calling for a pick and roll. Bassey comes out. The pick, the roll, the sell. Pull up Jay. Swish. Butter. Owen, good evening from the Philippines. 81-69. Driving to the paint. And Bassey with another rejection. It was going to be a goaltend. Goaltend. He does swat it out of there with authority, though. Good grief. I got you, Odyssey. Okay. Shout out to Gina Cole. Shout out to you, Gina. Demisel drives, stops, pops. Was that supposed to be an alley-oop? And ended up going out of bounds. Another turnover for the Spurs. That's one part of their game I'd really like to see them clean up this season is they've been very turnover prone. I know they're a young team, but man, we got a little butterfingeritis. Sean, well, I won't do that. No, I won't do that. I won't do anything for love. No, I won't do anything for love. Bobby Portis jumper in the paint and one. Philip, doesn't seem like I'm too far behind you guys anymore since I fixed my NBA pass. You guys usually you'd say something in the chat and then 10 seconds later I'd see it happen, but right now it's pretty much almost in sync. Well, I was singing a Meatloaf song, but I don't kiss guys. I would much rather kiss the person to my right, your left. Spurs ball, 50 seconds ago. They are up by 7. The Bucks are in the bonus. Demisel out in 3-point land looking for a pick and roll. Charles Bassey gets the pick, gets the roll, comes in for 2. Vassell's looking to maybe take over the game here as the Spurs offense has stuttered and defense has sputtered. Stuttered and sputtered. I don't really say that the way I want to anyway. George Hill with the ball starts to drive, gets to the post, pull-up jumper. Good. I'm ahead of you now? What? Yes, rest in peace, Meatloaf, for sure. You're a girl? Oh, all right, then I'm aboard. Sean, I assume, is a guy's name, so I'm sorry. I shouldn't assume. So my apologies. Vassell out to Josh Richardson. 4 on the shot clock. Pull up 3. Damn. That was a oogly. Serge Ibaka passes it out. That 3-point attempt is in and out for Wesley Matthews. We got a game. It's only a 7-point game. The Spurs were up by, I think, like 20 in this quarter. And, well, The Bucks, to their credit, missing three key players, more than three players, fighting hard, and we're gonna go to the fourth quarter, and we got a game. Not the game, because the game, well, he's right here. A boop, a boop. All right. The internet forced for Trey Jones, not backup point or what? Do you want Trey Jones backup point guard? Problem with Richardson is they're trying to run him at point, and that's not his natural position. I need another 59-point quarter to hit my over. My game was ahead of yours. I just don't want to spoil. Well, I appreciate that spur of the moment. No, Yosiskri, I'm not feeling safe with this score either. Not at all. We got 200 thumbs up. Hopefully we can get more as the game gets closer to the end. A little thank you for your service from the San Antonio Spurs right now to the men and women who've served our country. Happy Veterans Day. I'm a little cold. I need to warm up. Yeah, right on camera. There we go. I was going to say something and it totally fell out of my head. Lyndon, I agree with that. There you go. There's what I'll say. Go Spurs, go! And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, would appreciate you to do so. Fast, fun, and free, nutritious, and delicious. If you're new to the channel, I am obviously a huge San Antonio Spurs fan, as I call a lot of the games and do videos on the team. We're also trying to branch out and do more NBA-related videos. Since I have the League Pass, and the League Pass has been working terrific now that I fixed it. I did do a video today. If you haven't watched, it's about a 3-minute video. If you're having problems with the League Pass, maybe my solution will work for you. So make sure you check that out. But I hope to do more NBA videos and grow the channel through Spurs content and various NBA videos, if you will. Sorry if I mistype. I'm typing fast. Oh, no worries, man. Please don't drive and type, though. Be careful doing that. I think in some states, if you text and drive, you can you get hit pretty hard with the penalty. Okay, you're driving a dump truck. You're probably not doing 65 miles an hour, though. That's a little different. It is going to be Bucks ball to start the fourth quarter, and it's now or never. That's all I got. It's an Elvis song. It's a good song. Fair enough. Bucks will start us off, and can the Spurs hold this fourth quarter lead? Sohan, well, defending the run, or kick it out. Now Ibaka for three. That's short. And George Hill with the rebound. Another three-point attempt. No good. And another rebound for the Bucks. Two offensive rebounds in a row. Porter's pull-up jumper, no good. And finally, Charles Bassey gets the rebound. Man, this team frustrates me sometimes with their inability to get a defensive rebound. Oh, you guys will definitely be able to see me when they go to the faraway camera shot. Demisel with three-point attempt. Good. Vassell having a good game. Yes, Elvis did sing that song. David, exactly. How many freaking offensive boards are we going to give up tonight? Spurs 10 of 22 from beyond the arc. The Bucks are only 10 of 30. Handicap plus 15. All right, Estefano, thank you for stopping in. Ibaka picks up his dribble. We'll dish it out to Beauchamp. Beauchamp with the jumper over the backboard. Was that blocked? It's still Bucks ball. They have 0.9 seconds on the old shot clocko. 86-76. Spurs looking to break their losing streak. Bucks looking to win without three of their starters tonight. If you're just coming in, Giannis is out, Drew Holiday's out, and Chris Middleton's out. And they get the ball in. Ibaka block. That's another block for the Spurs. Charles Bassey, Latino Lantern, with the super chat says, how much should Spurs win by? Whenever you pick it subjective and doesn't count for heart, grit, and young team figuring out NBA win. That's true. I mean, I honestly don't care what any of my teams win by. I mean, my New York Giants, I've seen him win 3 Super Bowls. I didn't see the first one against the Denver Broncos in 1980. Well, I guess it was played in '87, the '86 team. But their Super Bowl wins were all 4 points or less. That I was not paying attention. I think that was Vassell. Thank you for the super chat, like I think that was Vassell with another jumper. The Giants won the Super Bowls by 1 point, by 3 points, and then by 4 points. I don't care that they won 3 Super Bowls by a combined total of less than 10. A win's a win. Much like we would prefer certain NBA finals, the script is flipped and we win by 1. Oh, I'm way ahead. I got to stop my clock. Stop it. All right. Vassell on 3-point land, pick and roll with Bassie. Sells to start to drive, stops, pops, and that is an air ball. Air ball. George Hill for 3. No good. Bassie with the rebound. And Jeremy Sohan will bring it up the court for the Spurs. Sohan takes off, gets into the paint, and runs right back out, dishes it off to Vassell. Vassell with another brick. Devin Vassell's last 2 shots have not looked very good. They don't look very Devin Vassell like. No, Daddy, no links here. Do not promote illegal streaming of any kind. And also, those sites tend to be sketchy and maybe give you a virus, so I don't want that to happen. So we're just hanging out, doing a play-by-play, watch along, live scoreboard, live game clock. It is a block party spur of the moment, a huge block party. Spurs ball, 10 on the shot clock. Step back 3 for Jay Rich. Nope. Charles Bassie with the offensive rebound. Spurs will have 12 on the shot clock after the board. Devin Vassell, pick and roll, launches nothing. Gets it back to Doug McDermott. McDermott over to Jay Rich. Jay Rich for 3. Nope. Nice passing, but nobody shot winning, so there's that. Bucks ball. Javon Carter, free throw line jumper. No good. Vassell with the rebound. Putty Pinche Spurs. Or just go Spurs go. Or vamos Spurs vamos. Sohan, you don't mess with the Sohan. Drives into the paint, gets some contact, throws it up, no good. He is going to go to the line, and he is not a good free throw shooter at all. Nice to see Jeremy Sohan get aggressive, taking it at the defense and getting some penetration. I haven't seen that a lot this year. He's deferred a lot, which as he gets more confident in his game, he'll probably defer it. And if he has a shot, pass less. He made the first free throw, thank goodness. Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, both checking in for San Antonio. Just W falls under the can't believe we take those kids of the dogs. Exactly, we take it. Arnaldo, anything's possible in the NBA. How do you all do that thing where they probably do the app thing if they're trying to talk to you? It doesn't work on a phone though. It only works on a computer. So Odyssey, I'm on my computer right now. So if I do the app thing, it'll work for me. But as far as I know, that doesn't work on a phone. I think you're talking about that, and then it comes up orange on your screen. Yeah, that doesn't work if you're on a phone. Oh, you just said that. I hate when they call timeouts down when it's in just to finish a dumb game. Your thoughts on the Spurs City Edition? I'm not a fan. I'll be honest, not a fan. Rich, how do you feel about beating a team that's missing 3 starters? You know, I'll take it because last year I saw the same Spurs team. I think we were without DeJounte Murray lose to the Detroit Pistons, who I think were missing their entire starting lineup. Maybe they had 1 starter. It was essentially the G League version of the Detroit Pistons. And the Pistons were not good last season, and the Spurs lost to them. So a win is a win. Bassie has 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks, 2 points, and 14. Wow. From Taiwan? Mowich, I see a lot of people bet on the Bucks tonight. I don't know how long you have until you can get your bet in, but man, betting on the Bucks missing 3 starters, that is a risky business. I would have not taken that bet. Yeah, it doesn't feel like a Spurs jersey, Mr. Z. Like the Fruity Pebbles jerseys last season, I thought were okay, but I didn't want to get one because it didn't feel Spurs. When I think Spurs, I think silver and black. I don't think Wow. For those of you watching the game, I'm sure you're thinking the same thing I am. They have the Kiss Me cam up, and this dude just went ham on his girl. He just like started like all over her face. Uh, wow. Um, sure she was thrilled about that. I have no words for that. That was uh wow, kids. We're still in a timeout. I don't hate these city jerseys. I just yeah, they're fine once in a while, I guess, to change things up. Hey, our Go Spurs go from Cebu, Philippines. Thanks for explaining. Couldn't decipher the look of horror on your face. I just he grabbed her and then he just like was throwing his. It was such an aggressive, unnecessary. It was like a porn kiss. I don't know. I didn't need to see it, and you know, I don't know. I got nothing. Bucks ball wide open for three. In and out for Wesley Matthews. Had a good look. Had all day. Couldn't convert the shot. Spurs ball, and the Spurs have most of their starters in there. Devin Vassell's out. Jay Rich is in. Everybody else is in from the starting lineup. Jay Rich for three. No good. Jay Rich has not exactly excelled lately with the Spurs coming off the bench. He's been struggling quite a bit. Lopez for three. No good. And Jeremy Sohan with the rebound. Sohan running the court, taking it into the paint, gets it to Jakob Pertl. Pertl will throw the ball over Kellen Johnson's head into the stands, and my clock is not a moving. Your ex-wife is from Cebu? Maybe it was the first kiss. That's the first kiss, man. That's not how you, that's not the first kiss I'm throwing at somebody. AJ didn't. Ooh, Lopez with a monster dunk. Just posterized Pertl in the paint. Posterized Pertl in the paint. Thinking Friends. If you get the Friends reference there, good on you. Pertl again in the paint. Layup good. My clock's behind. I'll get it caught up in the next stoppage. Go Spurs go from the Philippines. Yeah, right. First and last kiss with her. And a palming call on Javon Carter. Palming? When's the last time we got a palming call? What the what? Okay. Spurs ball up by 14. 7.5 minutes to go. Kellman into the paint, throws it up, off the glass, no good, gets fouled, going to go to the line for two. European war in the paint. Lopez, an unrestricted free agent after the season? Oh, you saw the kiss cams? Yeah, that was. I don't know. It was way too aggressive for my taste. I mean, whatever. Kellman with 17 tonight, 5 of 12 from the field, 3 of 3 from the line, and makes the first free throw. There are Clarence. Got a good, quite a few in here today. Still trying to get to 150 thumbs up, though. We got a long way to go to get to 150. 150 is always the goal. We haven't had a stream get to less than 150. Maybe, maybe Phil. Um, yeah, sure. I don't know. Who am I to judge? Bucks ball. Carter open for three. Takes the three. Makes the three. Back to a 13-point game. Palming. Yeah. I don't remember the last time I heard a palming call in the NBA. Well, yeah, I do remember. It was a minute ago. Trey Jones pick and roll with Kellen. I'll get it back to Kellen. 10 on the shot clock. Kellen 1-1 with Carter. Drives in the paint. Spins around. Throws it up. And in! All right, Kellen. I see it from here. Nice shot by Keldon Johnson. Nice drive and finish. 96-81. 6.5 minutes to go. Bucks ball. Carter. We'll dish it out to Lopez. Lopez will drop it off. And now the three-point attempt is no good by Jordan Nora. And it is Spurs ball. I'm definitely watching. I'm not doing it. I don't do UFC on the channel anymore because I watch the UFC at Hooters. Calling for three, good. That's a timeout by Milwaukee. As the Spurs go up by 18. In life, you got it. 18 in life, you know. Your crime is time, and it's 18 in life to go. I don't know, it's being silly. But I could be the dagger. How you going? Yeah, I'll be watching the UFC tomorrow at Hooters, but I can't call it from Hooters. I used to call UFC on this channel. The UFC pay-per-views now attacks are $80. I'd rather just go to Hooters with my buddy Jeff, chill out there, get some food, stare at a waitress or two, and watch the UFC. Yes, the Gary Oldman friends. Nice, Nell. Nice pull. If they called it like they're supposed to, then LeBron, Harden, Westbrook, Morant, Steph, heck, all big stars would have to learn to dribble again. Oh, palming? Yeah, you aren't kidding, man. You aren't kidding. Feels good to be back on barring a crazy ending, the winning side of things again. Man, these losing streaks are rough. Not only, I mean, it hits me in multiple ways. It's hard to watch my team lose because they're my team. It's hard to sit here and call it a 2.5 hour game if they're getting crushed, but it hurts the channel. And while the channel for me is more about having fun covering my team, there is the 1%, 90%, 99% fun. You got to be the 1% business person and still, hope your channel does well. And when your team's not doing well, it hurts the channel. I hope so too, Latino. The blue thing comes up every so often, and to stop it from popping up in my face, I click the ad button. So I'm sorry. I just want the thing to go. I could keep putting ads on like every 30 minutes. I think I just do it when it forces me, and it says, "Hey, put an ad here," so I just do. You know what? LOL. Trey Jones has worked on his 3-point shot a lot. He has impressed me with he's shooting with confidence. That part of his game was terrible the last 2 years, or at least last year. So maybe he could be that guy. We don't know. Rich IA what? Rich IA Spurs book. Oh, you have a Spurs book. They, dude, you already sent me enough already over the last couple of weeks. You don't have to do anything. But I'm not gonna say no if you want to send me swag. If you've already read it and you think I would appreciate it, by all means. I feel Kellen and Vassell. I said that too. I think they both can be 20 points per game or more. But I appreciate everybody's support on the channel, whether you're I don't have members anymore. That's right. Shut members off. I was about to say member. I say everybody pretty supporting the channel. That's it. I really like this community. I think we got we don't have the big crowds like the Lakers and Warriors pull, but I think we're a very devoted fan base. And even though we don't always agree on everything, some fans want the Spurs to tank. It's fun talking to you guys in the comments or on the live streams. And you are my Spurs community. I live in Connecticut, so I don't have a Spurs group. I have this group. Five on the shot clock for the Bucks. That long three is going to hit the front rim. Trey Jones with the rebound. Spurs on a fast break. And down the other end, Jay Rich with the layup. And that's probably dagger. And one. Is that an and one? Or no and one. Why did you wave it off? What just happened? Was that an offensive foul on Jay Rich? I didn't see what happened. Spurs ball after the Carter miss. Trey Jones up the court. Passed it out to Keldon. Keldon's got all day to shoot the three. And I missed it. Jakob with the rebound. And the Spurs offense will reset with 8 on the shot clock. Trey Jones pick and roll. Jones takes off, gets to the paint, bounce pass to Bobby Portis. He's not on your team, man. Crowd not happy. I didn't see what happened, but I think they feel there should have been a foul on one of the Bucks players offensively. Anyway, 5 minutes to go. 18-point game. Pull up three by George Hill. In and out. And the ball be poked back out to the Bucks. That pull-up jumper is good by Portis. Headband power, 99-83. I won't be in the upper level Latino. I will be probably I'm probably in both games just going to sit behind the Spurs bench. Probably like eight or 10 rows behind. Kellen with the jumper in the paint. Good. And one. And Kellen's hooking up, baby. You guys asked me bounce back player of the game. I did say Kelvin. I said he was going to have a much better game than he would have that he did Wednesday night. And so far, I'm right on this. Upper level top. Really, though? Young Rock commercials come up 3 times. Yes, it is a legit and one for reals this time. Free throw is good. Kelvin hitting all his free throws tonight. What's Kelvin got? 22 tonight? Or 27, I just heard the announcer say. Spur of the moment, I was on board with that immediately. Portis for 3, good. I bought my Kelvin jersey right after his rookie year. I'm like, I see something special in this kid. I get the jersey, and then shortly after, the announce he's starting, and I was like, okay, that actually worked out good. Trey Jones drives in the paint, gets to Biaka with the little jumper in the paint. Should have dunked the crap out of that, but whatever. Big body. I don't have much bicep right now. I've been doing a lot more cardio than weightlifting. I need to get back into weights. Bucks balling. You got to think the starter's going to be pulled out here very shortly. Portis for 3 again. Nope. And Sohan with the rebound, sprinting up the court, gets into the paint, and loses it out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball. Well, they're also missing Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday, so it's not just Giannis. Stupid Giannis for not playing. We're supposed to be tanking, not beating the best. They're out 3 stars. If the Spurs didn't win this game and the score is reversed, I would be extremely disappointed in this team and our rebuild. Kelvin will get the ball into Jakob. Spurs are in the bonus. Jakob back to Kelvin. Kelvin bounce back to Jakob. Jakob couldn't hold on to it. It's going to go out of bounds, and that's a turnover. Yes, finally. The losing streak is come to an end. Safe to buy a Kelvin jersey. I mean, they just extended him, Mr. Z. I think he's got 4 more years on his contract. Correct me if I'm wrong, Spurs fans. 3 or 4 more years. But you never know with any player. I mean, I'm very thankful that every player's jersey I bought, Eli Manning, David Robinson, played their whole career with their team. Bought Timmy after he retired. Got Manu after he retired, thanks to a subscriber. And, foul by Jakob Poeltl. I got 2 free throws for Wesley Matthews. Kelvin's the giant question mark. But I think the Spurs really like Kelvin. I think he'll be here for a while. Do I buy Devin or Kelvin? I was going to say both as well if you can afford it. Oh, you bought a Lonnie jersey? See, that's where I would be careful. If a player's on the last year of their contract, I would never, ever buy their jersey. Wesley Matthews misses. No, made the first free throw. Looked like it was going out and then it went in. Yeah, last contract, don't buy, I would not buy a Josh Richardson jersey right now or a Jakob Poeltl jersey, both on expiring contracts. That's very dangerous to buy those jerseys. Just get dunking around. There you go. I mean, those are the 3 I got, Michelob. You can't go wrong there. Kelvin with the ball, drives in the paint, throws it out to Sohan. Sohan will drive and pass it out to Trey Jones. 4 on the shot clock. Trey going to drive in the paint, pull up jumper, tough shot, good! I'm not buying a Trey Jones jersey. I'm sorry. I like Trey. Not happening. No, I want KJ. Then get a KJ jersey. Beauchamp. We'll pass it out to Mama Leshki. Left Mama Dushki with the jumper, no good. But the putback is good by Serge Ibaka. 2.5 minutes to go and 1. The Bucks are down by 16, though. I like Kelvin's energy. We saw it his rookie season. We saw a little bit sprinkled around in his rookie season, and we saw quite a bit of it in the bubble, and that's when I said, I like that guy. I'm getting his jersey. And that's the only time in my life I've taken a chance on buying somebody's jersey, because when I bought his jersey, he was not announced as a starter in his second year yet. Bach at the line for 1. Missed it. Charles Bassey's checked in. He'll get the rebound. Buy a Coyote jersey, Rich. Ain't going anywhere. Something could be a safe pick to go. I don't have the big three. Parker's the only jersey I don't have out of the big three. Keldon with the ball. Drives into the paint. Passes it out to Devin. Devin's going to pull up for a three. No good. Fight for the board, and it will finally land in the hands of the Bucks. Antetokounmpo with the rebound. Not Giannis, though, his brother. Baca for three. No good. Why don't we still have our starters out there? We're up by 16. Spurs have a fast break. Keldon Johnson. Thunder dunk of justice. Isaiah Roby. Well, the dagger was already there, but there's another dagger. Now we have a whistle. And the Spurs got to be subbing out. Come on, Polk. You got to get Keldon and Devin out of the game. No Parker jersey either, Chris. Charisse. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have his jersey. Yeah, Michelob. There are some things that off the court make. Yeah, not. I'll get it eventually to finish the big three. Keldon with 29 points on 9 of 17 shooting, 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, and he also made all his free throws, I believe. So, Keldon, the player of the game tonight for the Spurs. That's a long three. Won't go. Now we have a whistle. I think the ball went out of bounds on the Spurs. It'll be Bucks ball in a minute and have to go. Lakers versus Sacramento. LeBron James is out. I don't know if Davis. I don't like that. The Lakers. We're gonna have 2 free throws for Ibaka. The Lakers have been so bad this year. I would not put any money on them, but I wouldn't bet against them either. Playing against a team like Sacramento. KJ Flex gift. I do need one of those. Ibaka's first free throw is good. Whoops. It doesn't work like that, Rich. Yeah, this will definitely be a Spurs win. Can we get to 150 thumbs up, my friends? I don't know how close we are, but on a Spurs win, we got to have 150. We're only at 128. Spurs win. You can make it happen. Missed both free throws. I missed one. Christopher, well, the Bucks are missing about everybody. And a miss at the hoop. A put back no good. And it'll be Bucks ball. Is we're now officially in garbage time with the Spurs up by 17. Another whistle. If Spurs win, I'm buying ice cream for my kid who's turned 20. Raise up. I could go for some ice cream. I could go for some Go Spurs Go. Right, Selena? Yeah. 108.91 as we're wrapping up the game. Under a minute to go now. Nora in the paint. Gets blocked by Bassey. The block party continues for the San Antonio Spurs. And it's going to be a shot clock violation as the Bucks held onto the ball. We couldn't get a shot. Yeah, Mike, that's the thing with Parker, yeah. Harden, a win's a win. I know Milwaukee was out 3 stars. Whatever, a win's a win. I'll take it. Bassey for 3. What? Oh, man. Charles Bassey for 3. And now Dante DaVincio easily gets down the other end and gets a dunk as the Spurs defense was just kind of playing Olay there. Charles Bassey's been a great addition. And the Spurs just kind of standing around. Will they try to get a shot off? Maybe. KBD with the 3. That's no good. And the Bucks going to try to get a bucket. And miss. And KBD with the rebound, and that will do it. Spurs are going to win 111-93. All right. And my friends, a win for the Spurs. And my NBA pass was flawless tonight. Didn't crash once. If you're wondering what I did to fix mine, if you're having problems with yours, I did a 3-minute video that's under my NBA playlist on the front page. And it feels good to get a win and have my not have to complain about my NBA pass at all. It went well tonight. Great game for the Spurs, by the way. We said it once, we'll say it again. Go Spurs, go! Let's get to some final statistics. Now, it'll be very different. You don't like this win? We won by 18. The Fiesta jersey curse is done. Can you get me to 150 thumbs up, my friends? We are close. We need like 8 more. If you're a Spurs fan, I don't know. I got nothing. Let's pull up some final game stats. Milwaukee and the Spurs. For the Bucks, Marshawn Beauchamp, 8 points. The Bucks struggled from the field tonight. They only shot 33%. Beauchamp was 4 of 13. Bobby Portis with 16 and 12 rebounds, but he was, I'll just point out the guys are under 30%. Brooke Lopez, 19 points. Jordan Nora had a rough night. 3 of 13. That's 23%. He finished with 8 points, 7 boards, and 5 assists. Javon Carter, 21 points tonight. Off the bench, George Hill, really rough night. 1 of 9 from the field shot, for 5 points. Wesley Matthews missed all his 5 shots, finished with 2. Serge Ibaka with 11 off the bench and 9 rebounds. Sandro Monakoletsky with 3 points, and then Thanasis Antetokounmpo with the donut. For the San Antonio Spurs, Kellen Johnson with a big game tonight. Don't like the 4 turnovers, but he did score 29 points and 9 of 17 shooting, plus 5 of 8 from beyond the arc, and made all 6 of his free throws. Jeremy Sohan had a pretty solid outing, 10 points and 7 rebounds, and some really nice hustle plays. Jakob Poeltl with 15 and 10. Demisel also hit the 20-point mark with 22 points. Trey Jones with 9 points and 9 assists, so solid game from Trey. Off the bench, Josh Richardson still struggling as of late, only 2 of 10 from the field, 7 points. Doug McDermott threw in 10. Charles Bassey, the guy that everybody's talking about in the chat, well, not everybody, but some of y'all, played 18 minutes. He had 5 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 block shots. Not too shabby. Romeo Langford with 4, and then garbage time for a minute and a half. Isaiah Roby, KBD, and Jordan Hall all came into the game, and they were out there. That's about it. I'll take this win. I like it. Can you try to pronounce that name again? No, I cannot. No, I can't. That guy's name. Homer, good evening. I'm going to write 14 rebounds in 18 minutes. I got to tell you, if Bassey keeps playing like this, might take Zach Collins' job. He's younger. Collins is injury prone. Could Collins be trade bait? Carlos Jeter, good evening. Call me nuts, but this team is more fun to watch than the DeRozan Spurs. I agree. I think they are more fun to watch than the DeMar DeRozan Spurs, too. More team ball than the DeRozan DeJounte Spurs were a lot of ISO. No disrespect for them. I just didn't like that style of basketball. I like much more what we're seeing now. Trade Poeltl, start Bassey. Wow. I'm not ready to start Charles Bassey yet, but he's been much better than I anticipated. So hopefully he keeps playing well. My friends, I'm going to wrap it up. I'll have my recap up. I have a friend coming over at like 9 or 9:30 tomorrow in the morning, and I'm actually spending almost all day tomorrow with friends. So I'm going to shoot the recap probably at 8:30, and then I'll have it uploaded around 11. And you know what, Charles Bassey, man, I don't know what to say. I like what I'm seeing out of Kellen and Devin. I think there's some really good talent here. We need one big piece. Or maybe one of our guys will prove us wrong and be that piece. The Drew Show with the $2 super chat. Get Bassey a contract stat. He's looking good. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, he impressed me tonight. What did we say? 14 rebounds in 18 minutes? 4 block shots as well. Sure, his offensive game isn't quite there yet, but defensively, or could we run him and Jakob? Could we run 2 bigs? We've done it before. I don't know, but you're welcome, everybody, for streaming. Have a wonderful weekend. I'll be back live Sunday night. What's the next game I'm streaming? It's Sunday night, right? Is it Golden State Sunday night? I'll be back for the Warriors on... Oh, I'm off Saturday and Sunday. Nice. The Spurs don't play again until Monday. So I'll be... No live streams until Monday. So I'll have the weekend off in regards to that. But I will have the recap up tomorrow for the week. And, yeah, that's all I got, guys. If you get a thumbs up on the way, I would appreciate you. Until next time, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!